Comfortably Numb has a long ending I don't mind.
Right.
And Hotel California is a long end I don't mind. So there's some of them that don't.
Oh, my God.
crazy.
Hotel California gets so monotonous near the end.
It's good, though. It's got
just
a nice...
over and over and over again.
Sabbath had a lot of long endings, so I can kind of tolerate them if I liked them.
Well, it used to be the thing, the slow fade out of these rock songs. But I love that song, actually, so I don't even know why I'm beating the shit out of it. And Jimmy was kind of humming it last week, so I said, why don't we start the show with Soul Shine by the Allman Brothers?
I prefer the version that Warren Haynes did on this Woodstock album. I bought this one album.
Oh, we could have played that.
I didn't even think of it. It didn't matter. I didn't care. This is still nice.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy his version of it. He really belts it out.
He does. Warren Haynes knows how to sing a song or two.
Yes, he does.
I like Warren Haynes. How are you, Jimmy?
I'm very good.
Yeah, you were just telling me that spin classes are bad for you.
Yeah, I didn't take one. I just thought of it because you said you rode your bike, and my manager's obsessed with them. And I think that they make you... I've heard they make you impotent, and I've heard they cause prostate problems.
Well, because for the longest time, you're just sitting on your dick and balls.
Yeah.
Squishing everything. My new bike, it has a nice groove in the middle of the seat, so you're not, directly sitting on your taint.
Right.
And then I should go and get those bicycle shorts, but I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Because I just don't want to look
I love
like
those.
that. You love bicycle shorts?
Because I'm a creeper. I love wearing those. If I could get away with wearing white bicycle shorts in public, I would do it.
Could you come in here with white bicycle shorts one day?
I do have a pair.
But do you have the padding?
I don't remember. I've got some without the padding, and I have some with it.
Yeah. No, they
don't wear them.
They have pads now on your butt and all that. They're getting pretty intricate. But I never took a spin class. It's just like stupid to have someone just yelling and screaming at you from the front of the room.
I just can't tell people I have bad cardio anymore. Who wants to hear it? I'm tired of telling everybody that. Yeah, I'd love to keep up in class. I bet no one gives a fuck.
Why do you have bad cardio?
Because I don't sleep well, so I'm always tired. And whenever I meet someone, we talk about I have the prerequisite. Well, I don't sleep well. I have sleep apnea.
So when you have a lady sleep over, that's just a complete nightmare. Do you get up and let her sleep for a while and just wander your apartment?
It's rare that I'll have a lady over, and I'm saying that in air quotes. I don't always have. I don't have people sleep over, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very rare. Almost never.
You just don't want that.
No, that's one reason I want a bigger place. Because if I ever want to have a friend come over, I want to have more friends stay over.
And what? Having a traditional guest room?
Yeah.
What would you have in your guest room?
Just a bed, and it's probably a room I would do other things in as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably not have the.
Would it be your naughty room?
It certainly would.
The
guest is going to be sleeping in a fucking sea of my jism.
Nothing wrong with a naughty room.
But I think of my parents or my sister, and it would be nice to have them come to the city. It's hard to see them because they're in Jersey. And I would love to have a car bring them up and spend the night, have them stay the night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I could put them in a hotel, but I mean...
But a nice traditional guest room.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have them come over.
What would you have on the walls?
I don't know. Not too much.
You can't have a rock poster.
No, I might have that. There's a little bit of a hallway in this place. I like not much room, but I can hang my stuff. That wall space is important to me.
Yeah.
I have to have a kitchen put in. I have to have a bunch of big boy stuff done.
What? With your new place, if you buy it?
If I buy it, yeah, I have to have adult stuff done to it.
Like what?
Just flooring and nothing crazy. No structural shit. Just,
yeah.
A couple of things to make it livable.
It's interesting you say that. I wish I could find it now. They were basically describing what it takes to live in New York. You have to make... Oh, here it is. Here it is. A New Yorker would need to make at least $38.80 an hour, or more than 4 times the $8.75 minimum wage to afford the city's median asking rent of $2,690.
Wow, is that the basic rent?
That's the basic rent for a really, really shitty apartment.
Wow.
And you're not. I don't think you're living alone for almost $2,700 a month. I think you're squeezing in with some other people as well.
Yeah, my buddy Ryan he's a comedian. Just got a place in one of the buildings I love on 8th Avenue. It's this. It's a newer building. I think he pays like $2,500 or $2,600 a month. It's like a studio. I think.
And it's just a basic place,
yeah.
Right? It's unbelievable what they're getting for rent in this city. It's ridiculous. Women's bike shorts protect your balls. Well, who the fuck's going to wear women's bike shorts?
I don't know what the difference is. It's the same thing, isn't it? Just bike shorts.
I don't know. Let me go to this call. Bob in North Carolina, go ahead. First call of the day. How are you, Bob?
Hey, man. Good morning. Listen, I know it's a strange story, but let me tell you what it is. I got 2 young kids, and we used
Yay!
to all the time. And people like you, I didn't want to spend the money on bike shorts because they're like $50 or $60.
Whoa. I don't mind spending the money on bike shorts. I just don't want to look ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, you put them under your regular shorts. They can't even tell you're wearing them.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
Why would I should have thought of that.
Listen, and they make your bike ride so much better. So I go to the clearance rack. There's a female pair of small, so I grab them. I look inside of them, and they have a hot pink patch for where your balls and your taint are. So I go ahead and for $20, I buy them. I tell you, they're the best shorts in the world when you're riding your bike. They help your balls and your ass so much.
Okay, let me explain what's happening here, sir. Let me, if I might interrupt, sir. Pardon me. Here's what happened. This guy and his wife will occasionally listen to the show. He got caught wearing some girly stuff, and he's now calling because he knows she'll hear the explanation that he gave her. Oh, it ties in with what you said.
Oh, wow. Okay, and you made the radio with your phone call.
I understand.
All right, I
sir.
believe you now.
Yes. Wink. We got it. Pink bike shorts, best way to go.
He said a hot pink patch where your balls go.
Listen, I'm telling you, the hot pink pad, it fits perfect. And they help your balls and your taint out. I don't know the difference between male and female shorts, like if there's really a difference.
Well, I think the hot pink gives that away. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Who the hell's going to wear hot pink bicycle shorts?
Yeah, that's a little feminine.
No. It's just on the inside. You can't even tell. They're just straight black shorts, but on the inside they have the hot pink pad.
It says on this thing, a male cyclist can put a significant percentage of his weight on his perineum, an area between his scrotum and the anus, where the nerves and arteries to the penis pass. The pressure and a narrow saddle seat can injure the arteries and nerves.
Wow.
Now, the perineum...
Can you say like Dr. Steve?
Yeah, your perineum. A lot of times when a massage therapist is working on your thighs, her pinky finger will scrape your perineum, and that will cause you to leak a little pre-seminal fluid on your own sheets.
Is that a sign that she might be willing to do something?
You bet it is.
You bet.
As I like to call it, the old perineum shuffle. When the fucking nail brushes the perineum, you're like, all right, we're in the playing zone here.
Oh, really?
Maybe. It's maybe.
Now there's some more plays in the playbook.
I had one girl who I never saw. I don't know what happened to her. She had to leave the country because her dad was sick, but she was awesome. She would give me these massages, and her knuckle would hit my perineum nonstop, and it was like a great little drum beat on my. She would go up the leg into the perineum, up the leg into the perineum,
and she was doing that on purpose.
Oh God, yeah, double knuckle. Never anything though. Would never do anything more than that.
That was it. And that would drive you nuts.
Fucking bananas.
Wow,
that would be crazy.
All right.
Yeah, perineum's a great area. It really is a great part of town.
Is it the best body part?
No, but it's the one that, you know what it's great about? It's not your genitals or your balls. It's like one of those things where, yeah, they have plausible deniability if they hit it. It's just,
where is it? Is it the taint, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they're working your legs, well, sometimes they really don't mean to hit. I hate when they hit it and I know they genuinely didn't mean to. That annoys me.
How do you know when they didn't do it on purpose?
You can just tell by the utter lack of sexuality.
There's an oops to it, like
or they just pull away and they don't go back to it. You know what I mean? When I give the
they don't go for it.
No, they ignore my grunting signals. Fucking creeper signals.
So if they brush the perineum, they might get a grunt from Mr. Norton?
Oh, yeah, they might. Unless I know for a fact. There's some that I see that I just know it's just never going to happen. Right. So you just kind of give up on it quickly.
All right. Well, Bob, thanks for the...
Thank you, Bob.
The I don't know, the women's bike shorts with the hot pink inside. I'm not going down that road. I'm sorry, sir. But it works for you.
I appreciate it. Hopefully this call sets you up for the rest of the day.
Oh, hold on. Someone's saying you're full of shit. Go ahead, Rob in Jersey. You're on the line with Bob in North Carolina.
So the foam is not there to protect your balls. It's just like a little thin, tiny piece of foam. If something hits your balls, they're still going to hurt. The foam's there kind of to soak up the sweat and to stop from chafing.
Yeah, it soaks up the swamp ass.
Well, maybe it does protect the balls as a side benefit.
Yeah.
There's absolutely protection in those shorts. That pad is about a half an inch thick, and it runs from, like, where a woman's clit would be all the way through the back of her ass, and that's exactly the pair that I got.
With some girls, that could be the same area, sir.
All right.
Try slamming your balls against the top of your bike with those on. It's not going to work very well.
There you go. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Bob. You guys have a great day.
I never expected us to set the phones on fire.
It's lit. We're just shooting the shit until we get into the show. We spend the first few minutes just kind of, I don't know, throwing the ball around a little bit, and then we hit on something. But they want to talk about bike shorts for some reason. I think we're going to blow off bike shorts, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a bike. I never got one, and I don't ride it in the gym. I never do it.
Yeah, I never liked to. I don't think I ever did a spin class.
No, it annoys me. Jonathan lost a lot of weight, though. He said it's great, but it's like that numb feeling on your balls. I just can't. Oh, you're standing half the time in a spin class, I think.
I hate doing any type of cardio in the gym because I want to feel like I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do something on a bike, I'd rather be outside and find a nice bike path. Let's say hi to Corey in Winnipeg. Corey.
Hey.
Yes, Corey.
Never gets old.
Hey, I basically just want to comment on that chick yesterday who was doing that, and I hate using the word too, that fat shaming.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like, you know what, she said it pretty cunty, but really, if you were to take out some of the, how she said it, that's exactly what any doctor would tell you. And right. I'm not just some dude who lost 20, 30 pounds. I lost 300 pounds without surgery. And, I was a fucking whale before.
How'd you lose the 300 pounds?
Well, the first 100, I really half-assed it. And then last July 28th, 2014, I was 435 pounds.
Yeah.
I just, basically, everything in that Fed Up documentary, I figured all of that out last September. I figured it out for myself. I cut out all processed foods, refined sugars, and the weight just fucking fell off.
Just started melting.
I started going to the gym in February, and I'm 220 right now. I had.
Jeez, that's amazing.
I had 10 pounds of loose skin taken off, and there was next to no fat in there because the stomach was hanging down.
Yeah, I heard that surgery is really painful and dangerous.
Well, no, it was. They're just basically snipping skin off, so it didn't really hurt. I mean, I know if you get a tummy tuck, apparently that hurts because they mess with the muscles, but. Yeah, like in Canada, I was considered too fat to get gastric bypass. So I spent a bunch of years just feeling sorry for myself and eating, and then finally, just last July, I was like, what am I doing? Last year I was 34 years old, and just basically was I'm going to kill myself.
Right.
And it was I just took it serious, and that was the first time in my life I took it serious. And I mean, any overweight person. Maybe if they're 50, 60 pounds overweight, they say they're happy, they're all right. But anyone over 100 pounds overweight who says they're happy, they're full of shit. Because if they had a pill that could make them lose the weight overnight, 100% of all overweight people would take it.
No, of course. You got to take personal responsibility somewhere in there. You could blame it on some kind of illness or depression or whatever. But eventually, you got to just make better choices with what you're putting in your mouth. And it's not easy. We all want to eat like shit, of course.
Sir, your body is like a car, or in your case, a Winnebago. It needs fuel. That's good for you, man. That's great.
Yeah, right on, Corey.
Hey, have a good day, guys.
All right. It didn't help that you got a really hot, chick, making a video that says, "Dear fat people."
Yeah, it was kind of cunty, but it was entertaining.
It was very entertaining. And we watched both videos yesterday, from the hot chick and then the one that, in my opinion, not so hot.
No, not so hot at all.
That has a show called My Fabulous Fat Life, or My Fat Fabulous Life. My big fabulous fat fucking life of fatness.
My big fat fabulous.
Can't eat a fucking salad life, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
On TLC.
My big shove everything in the whole life. Right. My big never tell myself no life.
My big no one has ever told me no in my life, fat life.
Look at her. She's pretty too, man.
She is.
She's pretty.
Yeah, if she lost about 300 pounds, she'd be all right.
I don't understand why there's guys that just love that. It's the whole fear of being left. I don't understand.
The chubby chasers.
Yeah, man. I don't get it.
And they like to get their women even fatter and fatter. So, we got video of us looking at both of those videos yesterday. We put it up on the old channel, so I think we tweeted it out.
Oh, okay.
With Mark Norman and Joe List, who were just killing it.
Very entertaining guys
on our show. So,
Mark is. I love Mark's voice. But it really is the way he talks. He's not putting that on. It's not a fake voice. He's just had a great radio voice and a great performance. Like when he does stand up, you feel like you're watching someone old school. I do a terrible Mark Norman impression, but he has such a distinctive, clear sound. It sounds like he's putting it on, but he's not.
It's not as old school as Natterman, though.
No, Natterman's a different
And that's sort of his real voice as well.
Oh, both of them.
I know.
Totally, they're who they are.
It's unbelievable. But, all right.
Very funny, both guys. And Kurt's in today. I saw Kurt yesterday. And why would I add that? Who gives a shit? And then Artie.
And Artie Lange stopping by to say hi at 9 o'clock.
And there was a rumor Chris Weidman's coming in, but you're saying his wife might be having a baby, so...
Yeah, I think he was booked, but then his wife's having a baby, so I don't know where we're at with that.
Okay.
We would love to see Chris Weidman. He's done our show a bunch of times. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know where he's at right now.
I don't either.
With his training and all that. Is he preparing for a big fight?
I'm guessing he is.
Yeah, maybe I should have looked that up before.
Yeah, I didn't do any homework either.
Before 7:22 on the show, on the day he might be in.
I didn't check either.
All right, good. That high school football. Oh, there it is. On cue. CNN's going with it.
I know. Did refs say racist things?
That's what they're claiming now.
Yeah. But even if he did, it's amazing. How is that the story when two guys assaulted him?
Yeah. Supposedly it was a bad call or something, but now they're saying that the ref might have said something racial or racist. And so the assistant coach, I think, is involved as well, saying let's get some retaliation. And then, the ref is setting up and he's got his back turned to two guys and they just blindside him. Players investigated for tackling referee.
Yeah, that's the only part of the story. The other stuff, it doesn't matter. If he said something racist, all right, you could fire him. But that's not an excuse for two guys fucking drilling their helmets into him.
No, I can't imagine how you thought that was going to work out for you.
Maybe that would it's hard to believe, not because I don't think a guy could be racist, but would a referee in a game like that really say something in front of all those people? It just doesn't make fucking sense.
Maybe he whispered it.
Oh, maybe, all right.
Maybe he was like under his breath.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness. Take a boost.
I mean, who do you believe here?
I don't know.
Because it seems, completely crazy that two players would do that. The one guy hits him really hard, and then the other guy comes in after the ref's on the ground and just lays into him helmet first.
Holding! Number 42! Spook 10!
I mean, if the assistant coach is involved, that's suspicious as well.
Yeah, why would the coach tell him to get retaliation? It just... Yeah, maybe he said bump him. Coach probably said something like, yeah, make sure you bump on the way by.
Yeah, maybe he was a little pissed and goes, make it look like it was an accident, but, give him a little shoulder.
Yeah, those guys pulled the longest yard on him.
Mm.
I think I broke his fucking neck.
Sorry.
It's all right, yeah.
Sorry, I love that line.
Yeah, me too. Richard Keel's finest moment.
Right. So I don't know. I think somebody is talking on CNN right now. Maybe we can monitor that and see if there's an update on this story.
Well, I think you just keep showing the same video. I mean,
it's a brutal hit.
It is funny to watch the ref's hat come off. That's his hat removal. His hat payments were late, and they removed his hat.
You always feel awkward when your hat falls off like that.
Well, his hat stayed up in the air. Like, he got hit so hard that his hat went straight up, and he continued.
Like a cartoon,
Yeah.
When there's something just stays.
Yeah, he got a fucking. That was a nice wallop.
That was a cartoon hit. I want to give Jim tips on sleep apnea.
Oh no! Well, somebody who owns a shotgun store.
We'll always take these calls. Jason in Baltimore.
Jimmy, my man.
Hi, buddy.
You got to take that stuff seriously.
I do.
He does. He's had
3 sleep tests. I have the proper machine. I just can't get used to it.
You had surgery. Let's not forget the surgery that was supposed to help, Jimmy.
That did help, actually. But
it helped for a bit.
It doesn't fix that, yeah.
You're a guy that won't even eat a fucking potato chip because it's not healthy. Yet you're not letting oxygen get to your vital organs in the middle of the night, man. I would hate to tune in one day and they say, well, we lost Jimmy last night just because he wouldn't wear his stupid mask.
Well, there'd be just as many people who'd be happy to hear that. So,
can't disagree with that.
But I don't. Look, I do want to do it
very seriously.
I just can't sleep with it. It messes me up. I'm always stuffy in one of my nostrils. Who the fuck? Allergies. The surgery doesn't fix the allergies.
I have one. I've had one for 10 years, and it does take some getting used to for sure. But if you stick with it, the pressure will, it'll clear up your nostrils so you can actually breathe. Even when I have a cold, I can put it on and it clears everything up. But brother, that's something you don't mess around with, and it can kill you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm sure it eventually will. But
how many masks have you tried at this point?
Me, I mean,
at least half a dozen.
More than that. 10.
More than that.
I have. No, see, I have one that's purely for your lips, for your mouth, but the air comes out your nose. I have one that's purely for your nostrils, the air comes out your mouth. I have a full Jason hockey mask, which I tried because I figure that way there's nothing in your nose, and it's like, and that one freaks me out a little bit. I have the one that goes over your mouth. It's a hybrid, it's called, and then in your nostrils. I have the one that covers I probably have 5 different ones that cover just your nose and mouth. I've tried every variation.
And then don't you have that mouth guard thing that moves your teeth forward or something? I remember you talking about.
I sleep with that almost every night. That one helps a little bit, but it doesn't help with the other. It helps with part of it, but
what a nightmare.
Yeah, it stinks.
Well, I know. I'm not
though.
your daddy, and it takes a lot of getting used to have an alien on your face like that.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
It's serious business. I had a buddy of mine die a couple of years ago about that, so I'm just really sensitive to that. So you got to watch out for it, brother.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
He's trying to figure it out.
Was your friend heavy?
Yes.
Yeah, usually like Reggie White died of that. Usually guys who are overweight will die. I'm not saying I can't, but I think you're more likely to die if you're like, 280 or 300 from gagging on your tongue.
And he was. Yeah, he had a heart attack in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah, that I could definitely have.
I remember as a kid, my dad's snoring was so bad, it freaked us the fuck out. We would listen to him snore, and then he would definitely stop breathing in between, the in and the out. There was a long pause, and then finally the... Yeah. And I remember as a kid, like my anxiety over that, going, what is going on in that room? So he must have had sleep apnea if he was snoring that badly. Of course.
If that ever happens to you in the middle of the night and you wake up gasping for air and you can't get your breath, it scares the shit out of you, bro. Let me tell you.
But that was a time where people, they didn't know what sleep apnea was yet, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to investigate new masks. It's probably been a year since I investigated a new... I've tried different of the same variation. Maybe I'll try a new one.
Or more cryotherapy.
Not just... cryotherapy.
Shit?
Not shit, but
it's ready to throw it away.
Yeah, I'm ready to get it away.
You're ready to throw it away?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir. It's very nice of you.
If you could sit in negative 240 degrees for 3 minutes, you can try to stick it out with a mask for a month to see if you like it.
Yeah, the claustrophobia is horrible, though. It's like somebody wrote me a nice email, and he goes, you got to remember, it's only air. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. I think of that sometimes. Like, it is only air. It's so hard to do.
They'll probably figure out
without a doubt.
something better for you guys.
Sure.
All right, Jason.
Man up.
Bye.
Man up, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
There was a company in Dallas that made custom face things. They made, and they went out of business or something. They don't offer it anymore. I was going to fly to Dallas and have a custom one made.
That seems like it would be a good business.
For my little face.
Aw.
I have an uneven sized face.
Make a little mold for Jim's face.
It's somewhere between cute and adorable. They can't figure out the size.
They can't figure...
Fun and bite size.
Instead of sizes, it's cute, adorable.
Cute, adorable.
What else is there?
I don't know. It's as far as I went with it.
All right.
Cute, adorable, cuddly.
Cuddly? That's nice. Let's say hi to Tony in Dallas. Tony.
Hey, morning, guys.
You got more on this ref and those kids taking out the ref?
He's a sheriff in one of those neighboring towns over there, like for 12, 13 years or something, but he's going to try to get those charges brought up, too.
He should.
So he's a So why would a sheriff who's doing some of that reffing on the side, most likely, to get a little pocket money...
Yeah.
Why would he say something racist in the middle of the game that's obviously going to cause some kind of hullabaloo?
Well, why would these dummies hit a sheriff?
Yeah, that's true,
he's
too.
A white guy. He's a white sheriff, and the kid in the number 12, there's a white kid who did the initial hit. And I can't see the other. I haven't seen enough of the video to see the other guy.
Yeah, the two players, one's black and one's white.
Hey, and real quick for Jimmy that you mentioned it, down there is a place out here called Simple Sleep Solution. And they're constantly all over the radio down here talking about they eliminated the mask and everything, and it's some kind of a mouth thing.
Yeah, those things,
check it out.
I appreciate that. There's a bunch of different things, but I'm boring myself with apnea, but I'll just say I have 2 different kinds of apnea. So the one that just... Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's exactly correct, sir.
I
just can't.
Well, there's the update on Jimmy and his sleep apnea.
That's exactly the same. What time was I up last night? Last time I looked at the clock, it was 2 o'clock.
How many hours do you sleep?
I mean, I went to bed last night at like 1. I was watching videos, not even horrible videos. I was watching what was it? I go through these weird loops right before bed. I'll watch Bobby Fischer interviews, or I'll watch old live. I was trying to find a song live. Oh, I was watching live versions of Stevie B, Because I Love You. That awful song from 20 years ago.
Stevie B?
Yeah.
Wait, we've done this before, right?
And I was watching old rap videos. Oh, and I was also watching...
wait, what's going on here? Stevie B? Why would you care about Stevie B? Because I Love You live?
I just remembered that song, and it hit my iPad the other day on my iPod.
Oh,
so you know how fat he got?
Yeah.
And I heard the song. I'm like, oh my God. So I jokingly tweeted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if he can still sing. And he actually can still sing.
This is from less than a year ago.
Yeah. But his voice still sounds good from 25 years ago. But I wouldn't say that. I like he shushes the crowd.
I forgot you love this song.
I wouldn't say I love it. I used to like it, but I wouldn't have said. I didn't make it through the whole song.
But you were looking up how many versions of the live.
Just a couple, just to hear if he can still sing. I was just curious how I figured it was going to be a horror show.
Why does that enter your head?
I don't know. As opposed to sleeping. This is what I'm doing. Not bad. That's pretty fucking good for 25 years later.
Yeah, it's good, but I don't know why. I would never search that out.
No, I probably shouldn't have. And I was trying to find live versions of Snoop singing My Medicine with Willie Nelson.
That's a great song.
It's an awesome song, and there was one version from Amsterdam, but it's unlistenable because the bass kicks in. You can't understand. It's too. Yeah. So I watched a few live versions of that.
Okay.
Because the crowd do it. It's just lazy. I don't like that when the crowd does it. I think this is as far as I made it into the song.
I don't know that song. I know we've talked about this over the years. This comes up. I just don't remember that song at all.
It was a big, back then it was like at these dumb sober dances I would go to.
Yeah.
That was like the big live song. And I was like, what was that?
All right, so it's bringing back memories last night.
I was like, no, but there's no specific memories. I mean, that's just kind of why I liked it when I was that age.
Yeah.
I was like 22 in 1990. So I kind of like, I wouldn't dance, but if I would find a girl and I would slow dance. But I don't love the song. It actually,
your searches are weird, though.
They're very bizarre at night. I find live versions of songs.
Yeah.
And I found a good live version. Oh, yeah, I was on a fucking old, I went and saw this rapper named K-Wise.
Okay.
Again, back in 91 or whatever.
Yeah.
The song Stomp, which I heard last night. I realized I don't like this song anymore.
I don't know this stuff.
I didn't like this song anymore. It was very big back then, though.
It's K-Wise, K-YZE?
Yeah, but it was a big song, 1990, 91.
How does the song go?
I don't know.
Could you give me the basic version before the live version?
I didn't even remember how the song went.
I just don't.
It just sounded too old.
Never heard it.
Yeah. But anyway, I was watching old versions of, I was trying to find a good live version of Lottie Dottie. I don't know why I wanted this.
What are you doing?
This is literally 12. This is 12:40 in the morning.
Lottie Dottie, why?
That was a huge rap song.
Slick Rick, right?
Yeah, Slick Rick and
I think
Dougie
I know
Fresh.
that one.
That was a huge song. And again, it's more like.
But you needed to hear it live. Why you needed to hear these songs?
I don't know. I
live
just wanted to hear how it sounded, but I didn't like it. But then I found out. This is. I didn't like the live version.
Lottie Dottie what?
I know this one.
Lottie.
Yeah, I didn't like the live version.
Yo, peep this. Lottie Dottie. We like to party. We don't
Didn't sound like the record.
Don't bother nobody.
This is what I was doing while you're in bed and everybody's sleeping, getting rested for work. But I found a Snoop version, which was okay. Snoop's just a cool dude, man. I don't know why I got a bit of a Snoop.
He's got a lot of cool stuff
Snoop
out there.
Dogg loop. But yeah, he's actually fun to watch live. He's really good.
So how did you get out of your live loop?
I just realized I'm done and it's time for bed.
And then you finally just turned off the computer?
Yeah, or I'll watch, a lot of times what I'll do late at night, and you'd never know this by the fucking amount of dumb mistakes I make playing chess.
Yeah.
But I'll go and I'll just watch chess games online, and I'll watch them, I watch some guy just go through the moves and talk about each one. I've been kind of obsessed with this. I think his name is Caruana. He's born in America, but he's Spanish or whatever. Him and Magnus Carlsen play a lot. It's a boring life.
You watch the whole match?
Well, no, but sometimes the videos are 20 to 25 minutes.
You watch that?
You watch a 25-minute chess video?
Well, it's probably a much longer video of the actual game.
No, obviously.
It's just a board, and the guy will... No, I don't watch them playing. I watch it's just a board.
Yeah.
And this one guy, Jerry, from the chess club, does a lot of them, and he says pawns. He doesn't say pawns, he says pawns. He'll say...
Who's the Edgar?
What's that?
Who's the Edgar?
Pawns! Apple pawns!
Right.
Look, the king fell over. But no, I'll just watch, like this. Yeah, it's just a chessboard. And I know the audience is fucking horribly bored with this.
I find this completely fascinating, and there's so many great stories to get into, but I'd rather talk about this.
I just
that you
watched
were in
this
some
shit.
weird loop last night trying to find live versions of old hip-hop songs, and then you moved on to watching a chessboard for 25 straight minutes.
I didn't watch this last night, but this is what most of the time. This is what I do. I'll find old or these chess matches from 2015, 2014.
And do you learn things?
You just watch. I can't say I do. I don't remember enough of it. I'll pick up little ideas about it, but it's like these guys are on such a different level. It's like watching baseball.
Yeah.
I'm not going to learn how to pitch from watching Nolan Ryan. I just love to watch it, and I admire how good he is at it.
I used to love playing chess as a kid. I was never that good, but you're still all in, huh?
I'll never be better than a remarkably just uneventfully average player. I'll never be anything more than a. That describes my chess skills.
You should join, maybe get into a chess tournament.
Nah,
a live chess tournament on the weekend. See how you would do.
I would do terrible. I don't even play in the park. I want to play in the park because those guys are so good.
That I'll watch.
But I don't know why I don't play. I should. It's like I know I'm going to lose, but I should still do it. Just gonna be fun to do.
I used to go to Harvard Square up there in Boston when I was living there, and I would watch those guys for an hour. One old guy would set up with his gray beard. He was a legend over there. I forgot his name. And he would just wait and play people all weekend long, over and over again. And people would line up for this one guy in particular. I found that fascinating.
Yeah, he probably beats everybody.
I believe he pretty much wins every single match. And people, test out their own skills and they'll play that guy. But I find fascinating, absolutely. They don't have one of those in New York.
Yeah, they do. Washington Square Park, right by the Cellar.
Oh, so they have them.
That's where Bobby Fischer used to play. Yeah,
so those guys sit up there.
Oh, yeah, that place is legendary for it.
I don't hang in Washington Square Park enough. Every once in a while, I'll walk through, but
you walk through right on the entrance. It's by I want to say West 4th and McDougal Street, right there in the park. There's like 10 different chessboards, and those guys just set up and play, and they all have clocks. And there's some great players there, man.
That's where they went in the movie, right?
That's where
in Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Josh Waiskin, yeah.
Right.
And you play for money too, right? I mean, these guys will. You have to pay them to play them, right?
Yeah, you pay them or they play for money. But I hear like when like really great players are in town, they'll stop and play these guys to test their skills because these guys they're shit talkers and there's like a lot of activity around. It's not like a real chess setting.
Ah, fuck! I got to check this out.
Yeah, these guys are great, man. Some of them. I'm sure some of them probably stink. But
I mean, that's way more exciting than watching it online at 2 a.m.
Dude, I'll just sit there and Jerry from the chess club. Now, here we have the E5 pawn, and he'll move the pawn, and he just says that. I don't know why I like that guy, Jerry. Yeah.
That proves you have a sleeping problem.
Yeah.
That you could watch a 25-minute chess video and still not fall asleep.
It keeps me interested.
Man,
it's just watching the way people are so good at doing something that I'll never be that good at.
Your mind works.
I should watch comedy more.
Your mind works in mysterious ways there, Jim.
I don't know. It just fascinates me. It calms me.
But live versions of rap songs
or weird songs, yeah, and just at least
you're not watching those horrific videos. Or at least last night.
Can't watch the ones I used to watch anymore. I kind of get a little bit Vishy Anand. He just I don't know how he's still good.
Who's that?
He was he's Indian guy, world champion, Viswanathan Anand.
Yeah.
He got knocked out by Carlson, but I don't know why. I never think he's that good. Even though he's one of the best players in history.
Why don't you think he's that good?
I don't know, because Kasparov would always smash him. I never found him to be that good.
How many chess players do you know by name?
A good amount. I mean, a lot. I mean, but it doesn't mean anything. It's an utterly.
But you have the knowledge.
I literally, if I could name you tissue brands, that would do more for helping my comedy career and getting blown after a show. Brands of tissue and chess players.
Who's the number one chess player in the world right now?
Magnus Carlsen. He might be the number one player in history. But they keep saying that every time there's a great player, they'll say he's the number one player in history. But that's just because these guys are trained at a younger age. They start from the time they're 6. The 60 Minutes did a thing on the Mozart of chess. And when he was 13, he played Kasparov, who was world champion, to a draw, which was pretty fucking amazing. He played the guy they thought was the best player in history to a draw.
And he was 13 at the time?
Yeah, but he's awesome. He models. Like, women love this guy. Like, he's really good for the game. He's a bizarre,
sexy chess player.
You know what? He's a guy that he's relevant to younger people. He's not just a completely quirky psychopath.
How old is he?
I want to say 24.
Would you freak out if he was in here?
Yeah, I'd love to interview him.
But how do you interview a chess guy?
You talk about his life and what he does. They're not amazing interviews.
Born in 1990, he's 24 years old. He's from Norway.
Oh, they're probably all introverted, right?
Some of them are, but they're just such brilliant. But Kasparov's a good interview because he's a politician.
Sure, he would find this to be a bore.
Fisher would be the greatest interview ever.
I don't think he can get him.
No, he's dead, but he would have been good. So what have you been doing? Man, the fucking Jews! All right, Bobby.
Thanks for coming by.
Nice talking to you.
Bobby Fischer, he wants to just stop by and say
Bobby
hi.
just wants to stop by and attack Israel. All right, send him. Come on in.
Come in.
He just wants to. Bobby just wants to come in and attack the Zionists. All right, send him right in. Be happy to chat.
You have to take Kasparov first.
Kasparov first, or is it Bobby would call him Weinstein the Jew? That's what he would call Kasparov, because Kasparov used his father's name, so Fisher would just refer to him as fucking Weinstein the Jew.
Wow.
I watch Bobby Fischer interviews too, because he's just such an interesting guy. Even though he was he might be my favorite person in history. And, Ozzy Osbourne and Richard Pryor included. Bobby Fischer might be my favorite, even though he was a maniac.
What interview should we start with?
Nah, I wouldn't say.
No, because now I want to watch Bobby Fischer.
Do it later, but I would say that when you watch
now
him,
you've interested me as far as going home and checking this out.
Check out. It's not even an interview. Bobby Fischer's on Bob Hope is one of my favorite videos on YouTube. It's so cheesy. It's
Give me a piece of this, because it says in the description, hilarious.
But it doesn't hold up as hilarious.
Bobby Fischer.
It's like the 1971 style of humor.
Right.
It's canned laughter. It's just Bob Hope drinking in front of a chessboard, dressed like a Russian. It's very cheesy. And he's doing this weird stuff with the chess clock.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to watch that later.
Yeah, watch it later.
Might be too much of a visual
when Bobby Fischer walks in, the best part is when Bobby Fischer walks in. It's such a fucking cheesy, old school TV movie. Just play the one opening line. He walks in, and Bob Hope goes, the king is dead. And then just listen to Bobby Fischer's line. And when he walks in, it's such an old, awkward TV moment. And then he stops, and it gets a big fucking TV applause.
All right,
This symbolically says the king is dead. Not yet, he isn't.
Can you pause that?
He's this awkward fucking genius.
He dramatically walks in and stops awkwardly.
He doesn't work because they probably never in his life told him the X is there, so stop there.
Yeah.
But he just walks in. Not yet, he isn't. And he's all tall.
He almost looks like Frankenstein.
He
how
lumbers
that
in.
line.
He lumbers in and just stops. But he gets such an applause.
Right.
He gets such an applause. It's just awkward because he's standing there because I think he had just won the championship.
Okay.
He literally had just beaten Boris Spassky. So it's just fun to watch this.
That's
awkward.
from 1972. It looks like.
Yeah,
so when did he start going nuts?
He was nuts back then. He was OCD.
But it seems like he kept it together back in the 70s.
Yeah, they reference it though. Like he had this whole fucking thing with the chess clock. He didn't like not the chess clock. I'm sorry, the cameras. He thought he could hear the noise of the cameras. I think he just had like this weird OCD noise thing. He wouldn't let the audience sit close. He eventually made Boris Spassky play the championship in a small room. He was a crazy person back then, and I think that was why he didn't ever defend his title. I think he was just afraid of losing. But whatever. He just went off the deep end.
And what makes that other guy the greatest of all time?
Who? Carlson?
How could you tell?
They have chess ratings. They have ways of rating each other, like the amount of amazing players that they play, the amount of tournaments they win. But
the way they've won some of their matches, I guess.
Yeah, but these guys are all computer trained since they're fucking 6. Bobby Fischer was a Brooklyn kid, fucking minimal education. Fucking father didn't live. You know what I mean? He didn't have a government backing him. He was just.
Why do you put him up as one of your favorite people? Close to Ozzy Osbourne.
If not more. Just because he did something so impossible for the country. He just did such a great. He was a Cold War hero. A Cold War hero. He really was. And he was a maniac. He was a fucking mentally ill lunatic who just was just a genius.
We love the crazy people, don't we?
We do love the crazy people.
You think most people love the crazy people, or is it people in entertainment?
No, I think most people. They're interesting. I mean, not crazy where you walk into a fucking theater and blow people away, but there's crazy people take chances that a lot of people wouldn't take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do things. They're unafraid. His balls. I love this guy's. You watch him interview, and he literally was unafraid, or he didn't show that he was afraid, and he should have been.
Right.
He should have been afraid, but he wasn't. And he's just so admirable.
I don't even think I got to watch the Bobby Fischer movie.
Yeah, it was okay. It was about a guy named Josh Waitzkin in New York. It was good. Joe Mantegna's
It was just okay?
No, I liked it, but I mean, it wasn't about him.
Right. All right. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, now people want to talk about chess.
Oh, God, we have chess calls? I never thought that would happen.
It's fine. We should take a break. Where's our food? And is Kurt Metzger here yet?
Kurt's coming in.
We got a busy show. We got Kurt Metzger coming in minutes, and then we got Artie Lange, and we got lots to talk about. These the Mike Huckabee videos.
I haven't seen that. You told me about it. The Kentucky clerk is out, and I have not seen the video. I hear it's real
Kim Davis.
douchey.
Well,
Did you
Mike,
see her husband?
Is he a big lumbering guy?
He's wearing overalls.
I did see
he wears
that picture.
overalls. Well, Mike Huckabee brings her out to Eye of the Tiger. It's very kind of douchey.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
We'll play it after the break, certainly.
Not yet, he isn't.
And then,
Lumbers in.
Right. Then he got Obama. That's going to make me laugh all day. It was so awkward. Because he stopped, but he was still kind of going forward after he stopped.
Yeah, he didn't know where. He's so used to just powerhousing into a room and being the greatest thing in the room. He's not used to stopping for applause.
Yeah. Also, Obama eating chewed up salmon.
Oh, yeah, bear salmon?
He did the
fuck's
Bear
he doing?
Grylls thing. I said yes to Bear Grylls. I don't know what happened. Bear Grylls has been doing our show for years, and Roland offered him up. I said, yeah, we take Bear Grylls every single time. But Obama did that whole Bear Grylls thing.
Is he coming back in, or did he say blow us off?
I'm sure he'll come back in eventually. But how did that work? You can't just have Obama in nature with Bear Grylls.
I guess Obama's a big fan, and I think Obama on his last one is just doing stuff that he feels like doing.
I wish he was in Alaska.
No, I know. He did this whole Alaska thing, but I would have loved for them to turn the camera around to show how many fucking people came with Obama into the wilderness. It wasn't just Obama and Bear Grylls. You can guarantee that.
No.
There were helicopters above, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, you had probably people.
That's the type of thing that fascinates me. I would have loved to seen the behind the scenes of Obama filming that. Anyway, we got a clip from that we might get to. And then young Adrian over there is telling me we got to watch the Walmart clip. Yeah. I did not see this yet. A Walmart employee gets caught jerking off, then tries to deny it. And you're saying this is a terrific clip.
I'll back up Adrian on that one.
You like that one?
It's a good clip.
What's the one thing you like today, Travis?
The one thing I like today is what I
Men.
I like all the time. The clip from yesterday with that woman yelling at the restaurant workers.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
I thought that was a great clip.
Let me mark that. Women berates restaurant staff and then walks right into a door.
Oh, I didn't see the whole video.
She gets exactly what's coming to her.
So why don't we play one of these now?
Yes.
Our food's still not here. Let's play the Travis clip. I got to see this. I did not see this.
Carson's been busy.
What? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, Adrian.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, now username and password.
Adrian.
Oh, what are you doing? Now it's awkward because we just got to stall now. Okay, here you go.
You got it wrong. You know what? Like, I'm really glad you two can talk to each other in whatever language it is that you're speaking, but it's really rude. And if you want to be polite to the customer, okay? If you want to be polite to the customer, then you speak English to the customer in America, okay? My kids don't eat green things. They eat red peppers. You calm down. Usually we make with green pepper. Okay, usually you make with green pepper. I ordered it with red pepper. What are you going to do about it? If you like, we can make you like. Okay, well, how long is it going to take? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I don't have 15 minutes for you not to know English, not to get it right the first time.
She's so
right
hateable.
The first time. Customer is always right. That's how it works here. And I don't have time for this. I don't have time for 15 minutes of you two being rude, talking about whatever it is you're talking about, in whatever language it is that you're speaking. Okay? This is America, and you get it right the first time. You get it right the first time. Get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, okay? Get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, okay?
What a cunt.
Get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, okay?
That's pretty funny.
That's more awkward than Bobby Fischer.
I actually thought it was fake until I saw the other people in the restaurant.
starting to think fake.
I was thinking that might be fake.
I was starting to think maybe a little fake action.
But the bang into the door isn't good enough for it to be fake.
Oh, man, she slams her head right into the fucking door.
I just love how she's winning in her mind the entire time.
Yeah. Hitting a home run.
Yeah.
And she walks right into that door, and there's no way you don't feel like a complete asshole.
Not yet, he isn't.
Wow. Oh, that's great. I like that. There's more and more of these videos popping up.
Anytime you're an asshole in public, someone can film you.
Yeah, they just grab their camera and go with it. Poor lady's just trying to make a living.
Well, I'm still with the customer.
Yeah.
She ordered one pepper. The other pepper was on there. Get it right.
Get it right.
Yes.
We get it right in America.
I didn't like that she said the customer's always right. Kenny will say stuff like that once in a while because Kenny's a very official guy. Like, he'll be like, I'm a preferred member. But he says this stuff.
He gets things done, though, Jimmy.
Great news, by the way. Jeffrey Smizek out at United. That fucking asshole. That shit CEO.
There's some controversy there, right? It's, they're connecting him to Bridgegate or something?
No, it was the guy who works for the Port Authority who apparently there was some kind of doings between them two where Smizek, like United had set up a money-losing route from Newark to like South or North Carolina or wherever it was, because that's where this guy would travel to frequently. Like they were in cahoots with something, and I don't know what they got out of it. I've only read a minimal amount, but I hated that smug jerk off Smizek. He was a terrible fucking CEO for customers, and I'm glad he's out.
He's out.
The next guy will probably be just as awful, but he sucked a dick.
Well,
he was fucking horrid.
United Airlines abruptly replaced its CEO, as a federal investigation continued into whether the airline gave preferential treatment to the former chairman of the agency that operates the New York area airports. Wow.
Yeah, I hope they find scandal. Hope they find emails between him and Jared. What a fucking asshole. He took the video monitors out of. There's no fucking TV on any of the new United planes.
Why?
Because he's a scumbag. Because they're scumbags.
But what was the logic there?
They think people have their laptops and they can use
phones and stuff,
which is kind of right. But then they charge you for. And I know Louis' bit about flying and being charged is pretty brilliant. But it's like they literally take everything. And it's like, come on, man! The seats are smaller than they used to be. It's like you can make it somewhat comfortable.
Yeah,
you don't have to be fucking complete cunts about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad business move, though, if we all have our phones and our laptops and our iPads.
Yeah, I understand that. And I do understand that financially, I'm sure it comes to millions of dollars. Just like putting those wingtips on makes sense. But the wingtips on the plane that they have, they do that because it cuts down on drag. And that literally does save them money at the end of the year. Every mile counts. And I get it when you're going millions of miles, but it gets to a point where you're like, all right, you have to fucking, why don't you just put a fist on every chair? Fucking cock.
You don't like the penny pinching.
To a certain point,
no one likes the penny pinching.
Anyway, I hated him. I thought he was a shit CEO.
Yeah, you've talked about him over the years.
Yeah, I hate him.
All right, we're going to break. We're going to eat. We're going to get Kurt Metzger in here.
Is he here?
Artie Lange. I would imagine he's here by now.
I'm sure Kurt would have just walked in.
Yeah.
Why did he just bungle in like Bobby Fischer?
Hello.
Yeah. Not yet, he isn't.
I got to watch the rest of that video now. Can we tweet that out? That video that Jimmy was talking about? Bobby Fischer on Bob Hope from 1972. Here comes our food. Kenny's walking down the hall. So we'll break. When we get back, we'll talk Kim Davis and Mike Huckabee. Stay there. I'm trying to swallow some oatmeal. Kurt Metzger in studio.
Hey.
What's up, Kurt?
Hey, man.
I'm chewing still. Sorry.
That's okay.
So you got black mold.
Oh, man. When I count my white privilege coming at me every day.
Yeah, that looked bad. Kurt showed me a picture, man. That was kind of fucking...
When did you realize that you had black mold? Did you see
it's been well over a year.
Okay, that's what I'm getting. So it started out as just a little thing, and it's just been growing and growing?
If you MRI me, it's growing in my brain right now.
I think everyone has some kind of black mold in their...
It's bad for you, man.
In their house or apartment or whatever.
I mean, luckily my apartment's not well ventilated at all, so I don't think it's been coming out, floating around the house. But I don't know. I don't know what the bad amount of exposure is.
And what happens to you if you're breathing in the black mold?
You become a big, tall galoot.
You start to look like a weird Frankenstein, and people call you Lurch BG a lot.
I don't know what does it do to you. I lived with it with
really
Florence.
hurts old and young people. Like really, it's one of those things. Because I called the city to, because I'm like, oh god, another thing's gonna kill me, and they only move like it's an emergency. If you got kids under 3 in the house, then it's like
all right.
If you're an adult, then they're like, yeah, you can breathe in some more.
You live in New York, you're breathing in shit anyway.
I mean, that's what they say. It's like a 2-pack a day city, whether you smoke or not here.
Really?
I don't know 2 packs a day, but like a lot. You're not breathing good air here.
No.
I think it's better than probably it was. I mean, you'd think that everyone's becoming more environmentally sound. It's the new me.
I like a good rainstorm because then you could see how the air is supposed to look when it knocks everything out of the air.
Right.
So you get about a couple hours before it starts building up again, where you could see the crispness of what we're supposed to be breathing in. Not that you could actually see air, but you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. Does
you
New
certainly
York have
don't see
smog,
the pollution
though?
as much. What?
Does New York have smog like L.A.? Like when you go to L.A. and it's like a heavy fog?
Not as bad, but you definitely see it.
Yeah. Los Angeles used to be known for its poor air quality, but it's gotten a lot better.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who's this?
This is Air Talk.
NPR Jim.
NPR.
Oh, NPR Jim.
No, we don't want NPR Jim.
All Jims considered.
So maybe we get Dr. Steve on the line to talk about this black mold. I don't even know what happens to you if you have it and you're breathing it in constantly.
We had a tremendously bad case of it, which I lived with for probably 2 or 3 years in Jersey. It's so bad.
You used to put, posters?
Jim put tinfoil in his room around it. It was so bad. And we did have a poster hanging, and behind it was like fucking just in black mold in the shape of the photo. It was awful.
We have video of that. That's an old Cribs episode. We used to
Jim Norton Cribs. Yeah, but it was a radio
Jim
show.
Norton Cribs.
2000. That was 2001.
But it was pretty amazing when the big reveal of the mold happened.
Oh.
I'm sure that video's online somewhere still.
I think all the nightmare things I lived in New York, like since I've been here, like either it's a vermin problem.
Yeah.
Did you have roaches or rats?
I've had everything, man.
You had rats?
Before I moved into this place, but they killed them off before I got there in the building. But that was an issue, yeah.
We had a mice problem.
Oh, dude, that was the worst. Isn't it the worst?
It's creepy. Jimmy was the one. I get this nice brownstone. I'm renting off Columbus Avenue, and I come in once.
That's worse than other spots, man.
Yeah.
Like nice Manhattan places, that's where you get hit with that shit.
And one day I'm talking about how I saw a mouse in my apartment. I thought it was kind of cute in a weird way because I'm like, I found a mouse. Jimmy's like, if you see one, that means you're infested. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And sure enough, I killed at least 60 or 70 with the electric traps.
Oh, I was using glue traps.
No!
Which I was all sensitive about for the first couple mice, and then I lost all feeling for their pain.
Really?
Like 6 mice in, I was like, good, suffer slowly, you piece of shit. Like the first time I would I'd kill it, I'd bag it up and go kill it to, not leave it on there. And I'd be like trembling because I murdered this living creature. I'm over that shit.
I started with with the glue traps and a little baby mouse stuck. And then I'm just putting it in the garbage and making it someone else's problem because I'm like, I'm not going to now fucking smash this mouse.
Had to. I put it in a bag but I don't care about anything about it. Dude, I was on a 5-floor walk up in the East Village, really Alphabet City, but you know how they do that? They pull that shit here where they just rename it.
Yeah.
So I live with a bunch of NYU Euro trash kids who just did not give a fuck. So since the 5th floor, nobody wants to bring their trash down. So they'll just leave their shit outside their door. Like I was like an old man early. We're like, yo, goddamn kid, put your trash.
Wow, they really didn't want to bring it down.
Dude, I'd walk upstairs. I get to the top of the stairs. I just see mice running in and out of the apartment, right under the front doors. On the top of my hall because he's fucking scumbags. And then it turned out there was a hoarder living in the building at one point who had been just bringing garbage. He was like one of these millionaire guys that doesn't pay their bills.
Yeah.
So he was just shitting in his apartment, bringing garbage from outside into his apartment, okay? And then he just left in the middle of the night and they had to excavate his apartment. It was like 15 guys, 3 industrial-sized dumpsters worth of repulsive garbage they pulled out of his place, and that's what was drawing the mice in.
I want to go into a hoarder's place.
Think he had mice in his apartment?
So bad.
I don't know what the fuck this guy looked like. He was like just disgusting. I hope so. I really wish it on him.
Look at the mold. Show. Hey, just hit play. This is make it bigger, Adrian.
Yeah. This is from Jim Norton Cribs back in the day.
What is that?
They can show
out mold spots.
That was where we lived.
See, that's dangerous, man, because that's right
on the walls.
But wait,
on the wall.
They're just spots of black mold.
This was on the step walking into the house. But watch this.
All right. Check this out. He's got a picture of a Chanel No. 5 bottle that has mold dripping off of it.
Oh, it's not part of the picture.
No.
Oh, look at that.
No.
There's mold dripping. Literally dripping.
It was.
They don't clean. Oh my God! Look behind the picture.
Oh
shit!
Guys, you have no idea.
Put that picture back. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
Oh, that picture is saving your life.
We're looking at a massive.
You can say
We're looking at a massive. How big is that? That's got to be
like a regular.
18 inches by 2 feet. It's all just black mold behind this poster.
Park. Yeah.
Wow. Dr. Steve only has 2 minutes, so he's going to. Dr. Steve, quickly on the black mold.
Yeah, man.
What does it do to you, black mold?
Well, here's the thing. CDC's looked into this. The black mold that you're looking at is a mold called Stachybotrys chattarum, and it's not particularly toxic in itself, but it can, for people who have asthma or have other respiratory problems, can cause cough and asthma attacks and stuff like that. Now, kids who are exposed to this stuff early can have a greater chance of having asthma later in life. So it really is more of a symptom of too much moisture in an area. And there's some evidence that people trying to clean this stuff up get more problems from mixing bleach and ammonia together.
Oh, good. Thank God my Hispanic custodian will just take care of it.
Kurt's got some black mold in his apartment, so that's not a huge worry, is it?
Should I call it African American mold, do you think? and stop being
it's really Stachybotrys chattarum.
Just don't mix those two ingredients. You can use bleach to clean it, and then the problem is that the moisture is still there, so it'll just come back. So you've got to get a dehumidifier, or you've got to
they're pulling the ceiling out,
or something, whatever's causing that.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I feel a little better.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the Stachybotrys chattarum.
Oh yeah.
Get that on your perennium.
You don't want it on your perennial.
But
thank you, Dr. Steve.
Kurt, just DM me. I'll send you an article about it.
Thank you, Dr. Steve.
Who the fuck doesn't have your number at this point? Thank you, Dr. Steve.
Steve's all right.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you, buddy.
You're the man! So you didn't have So did you have mice?
At the old place. Now this place, when I first moved in, they had just exterminated. There was a rat problem in the building where they
bunch of people talking to the cops, huh?
Yeah, they had that too. No, I'll tell you something funny. Somebody got shot in my building remember when that blizzard happened over the winter?
Yeah.
Blizzard?
Yeah, some guy's cousin. This is hysterical because some guy's cousin came in and shot him because he owed him like $120 for some drug debt.
Okay.
Shot him in the ribs with a .22 and planned around the blizzard to come in the building and shoot him because he figured the cops would take a long time
to get there and figure shit out because they were busy with the blizzard.
Did the guy die?
No, he survived. Unless the blizzard wasn't as bad as everybody thought, I guess. So it totally fucked up this guy's murder plan. So
what happened to that guy?
He got taken. It's like just a dum-dum.
Yeah.
First of all, to have the forethought to like plan around a blizzard like that, and then, but it's your cousin. It's $100.
$100.
$100. That's what it was over. $120.
He was willing to take a chance with his life over $100.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get it. In that world, you gotta like once you show weakness with that, then you're. But dude, on my block, they're not like. I like my block. I'll be honest. I like the people I even get along with. They're like, I could tell they're like the dudes that kind of run the block, but it's in their interest to keep it safe.
And
you know what I mean? Yeah. So I get along with them fine.
It's probably a safer neighborhood because they're watching them. Watching things.
For real. They like kind of watch out for people.
Do you think they sell drugs?
Oh my goodness! I hope not.
Well, they say if you have mice, you don't have rats. So that was a relief to me back in the day.
Yeah,
they're like, that means there's no rats around if the mice are running free like that.
That's how I feel about those big, when you see those giant roaches, those
water bugs.
Yeah, that's better than. And those are horrifying. If you see one of them, it's just like a
fucking saddle on it.
Dude, I've thrown a shoe. I remember throwing my shoe at one, and it missed.
And it worked.
And it ran. The fucking thing came at me. It just ran towards me, not away.
It got pissed.
I mean, I don't know if it was maybe running away, but it looked like it was charging me.
Yeah, like fuck
and I
you.
hit it with. I only had 2 shoes. I hit it with the other one, thank God. But the little roaches, that's the creepy ass. If you see one of them, you have a million.
Yeah.
They are different. Water bugs are different too. Sometimes it's a giant roach and you think it's a water bug. You're like, no, that's just a fucking giant roach.
I think you're talking about the silverfish.
No. I mean water bugs. Silverfish are different.
Yeah, those you get.
Dude, you know those ugly? They're like really horrible looking. They're called house centipedes. They're like kind of long.
Those might be silverfish.
And they have these long antennas. I don't know if it's a silver. It looks like a silverfish, but it's not.
Yeah, these things.
Okay, those things.
Those things are
we had them in Jersey.
creepy.
We
they
infested
attack
with them.
Yeah, but they kill roaches. They attack. They're actually a very beneficial. I mean, I kill them on sight because they're horrible. But
so you want one of those?
Yeah.
That looks like a monster.
Yeah,
I know. That just looks like it wants to crawl into my ear and live there, and I want it dead.
Oh my God!
But they hunt roaches.
Do you know for the cartoon that I'm doing for Chip, one of the things that Edgar is sexually excited by, and it's not in the first episode, is silverfish crawling on his genitals.
That excites him.
Yeah, he likes it.
Where did that thought come from?
What was that David Lynch movie?
Wow, you have a pothead mentality.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
he likes that a lot.
What was that? It was Wild at Heart. Did you ever see Wild at Heart?
No.
She's talking about her cousin Jingle Dell, and he's played by Crispin Glover. And he used to put like roaches in his underpants and just like giggle.
Oh my God! Can you find that scene?
Jingle Dell. His name was Jingle Dell because he loved Christmas. He's making 100 sandwiches. Like, I'm making my lunch.
I don't know this.
Yeah, Wild at Heart.
They're looking up the clip right now. We got to talk about Mike Huckabee and this Kim Davis. Where you at with this Kim Davis?
I was like, why couldn't she just be fired? And then I found out, because, I used to be a dumb Christian that believed in gays and all that. But you know what? She should have just left office. She said, my conscience won't allow me to give out these licenses.
Right.
She should have resigned her office.
Right.
But this pig wanted to hold on to power and then enforce it on other people.
Yes.
I'd respect her if she stepped down.
Yeah,
I think
you can step down. You don't have to do it. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she wants to lose her $80,000 a year job.
There you go. You're not a real Christian. So say that is what they all do. That type.
That would have been brave.
Yeah,
like, I'm willing to give up my $80,000 I make a year for this cause.
Yeah, then let some of these other religious nuts take care of her and pay her bills since she walked away.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not giving up my fucking. That's why I don't believe like Baptists and shit. They're just like on a football team. They're not Christians.
Well,
yeah. So you think that she just wants to hold on to her job? She really is repulsive.
She wants to inflict her stinking southern fried religion on everyone, and that's what they're into. They want to take. They want like this is basically our country, and that's what that shit is. And if you're a real Christian, you wouldn't even have a fucking public office.
Right. Well, let's look at the clip because Mike Huckabee got involved, and he brings Kim Davis on stage to Eye of the Tiger.
No.
Kim gives tearful thank you.
Personally express your thanks to the person who had the courage to cause a lot of people to start standing up. A person whose courage exceeds that.
Can you pause? A person who is literally ignoring the Supreme Court and is in contempt. A person who is inflicting her personal views.
A person who, if her hair and clothes were any uglier, Josh Duggar would molest her.
She really does look like fucking Shrek.
She is Duggar bait.
99 and 9/10% of the politicians of this country, and sadly, that exceeds a bunch.
I'm uncomfortable.
Masters of this country, but I believe
whose idea was it to get Eye of the Tiger?
Boy, she's really, that's humility. I can picture Christ doing this.
Yeah. This is if George Wallace, if they had Eye of the Tiger when George Wallace was like, segregation forever.
They did. They spelled tiger differently.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what this shit is. There's nothing wrong with you being a Christian, but why are you trying to make laws about everyone?
Could look at her hiding in the back, coming out to the mute. Like,
well, she's waiting for her cue.
Yeah,
I mean,
music.
you got to let the Eye of the Tiger build a little.
Pride goeth before destruction.
Dude, what Jehovah's Witnesses annoy the shit out of people I know, but honestly, God, I never got involved in fucking politics.
Right, that's true.
Never dropped bombs on anybody like a real goddamn Christian. You can't do that shit and be a Christian. You're just a phony if you're doing that.
That's true. Jehovah's Witnesses, slightly irritating. Mormons, but they don't. First
of all, you wouldn't even have in America. They think it's like a Christian country. Jesus said just pay your fucking taxes. He didn't go, no taxation without representation. They go, should you pay your tax? He goes, yeah, pay them. Shut the fuck up and do it. So we wouldn't even have a revolution if they were really Christians. It's not a Christian country.
Oh, Christ said pay your taxes?
Yeah, pay back Caesar's thing to Caesar. And, it was like a trap to get him to admit, like the tax collectors weren't popular with the Jews at the time. You see, when the Jews killed him, let me get into that. But that's like a famous thing about Jesus where the Pharisees go, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar? Because they're trying to get him, to trap him. Because if he says yes, he's damned. If he says no, he's damned. So he goes, whose picture's on this money? And they say Caesar. And he goes, so pay back Caesar's things to Caesar. Meaning the money belongs to the government anyway. It's not your fucking money. Don't worry about that shit.
Right.
So that's the whole point of that. And all that revolution shit, you couldn't even have a rebellion. Like, there's nothing Christian about that. Like, just shutting up and doing what you're told that's why I'm not a Christian. I don't like that idea.
Right. All right, let's go back to this because I have the Tigers building.
Would you please help me welcome to the stage Kim Davis?
Oh, she's walking out like a real hero with her hayseed husband. They're all waving crucifixes. She's got her arms up in the air. I've literally never wanted to see somebody have a stroke so badly.
And her husband wears overalls?
He's the worst.
Oh. As a transgender woman, she should have a little more sympathy, shouldn't she?
She should be singing Soul Shine. Fucking
wow. You seen all the misery memes of her?
Oh, look at her.
Huckabee's raising her arms in the air.
Oh, that must smell.
Victory!
Oh, look at her arms up in the air. Oh, what a fucking grandiose pig.
That must smell delightful.
Oh.
Now she's breaking down. She's crying.
I don't think I've ever hated anybody this much, including Muhammad Atta.
And here she goes. She's about to speak.
I am a pig. Yeah, that's right. By denying people what is lawfully theirs, you're a hero. Fucking cunt.
I'm a size 12 husky at Target.
And those are my socks.
She's crying because the craft services table is empty.
Please drop dead.
She breaks her silence.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, I wish it was her neck.
My Huckabee is wiping away a tear.
I love you all so very much.
Except the homo.
Yeah. Not all, yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're not faggots. I love thee. Oh, she got her hand. Oh, fucking hateable.
What do they say?
You're a cunt.
I just want to give God the glory. His people have rallied, and you are a strong people.
Oh, we need a domestic drone bombing program right now.
God, am I getting uncomfortable?
Who knows exactly where each and every one of us is at? Just keep on pressing. Don't let down.
He pauses. This is really,
God, jeez.
This is so not good for conservatives. This just makes them look like fucking, and this is not all of them, but like zealots,
right?
Dude, I don't know where they think they're going with the fucking, anti-gay, like if they think that's a big winner for them.
You've lost. You've lost.
Yeah.
Just
Now,
take it.
Look, I'm as excited as anyone that Ben Franklin is apparently alive and well. But you know what? Times have changed, Mr. Franklin.
That's exactly. I've been trying to think of who she looks like, and she's balding, and she's a fat pig.
Damn.
The only argument I agree with that people are saying is if she was a Muslim, they would absolutely the venom that she's being attacked with wouldn't be 150th.
Sure.
And people are right to say that.
Yeah.
Well, her culture. Well,
it's not my place.
It's not to attack her
white
culture.
Cis male to. That's the place of brown people to deal with brown problems.
If she was wearing a burqa and doing this, they would go, well, you gotta protect her culture.
Why is she not wearing a burqa? Also,
I know,
that's
she
my
really should be.
question.
And a noose.
We got to go to Freeport. Joe has another Another person she looks like.
Yeah, which
Joe,
looks
go
like
ahead.
she's eating Fraggles.
I know, she looks exactly like the Cowardly Lion.
Oh, shit! Oh, my God, dude! She really does!
Oh, you fucking Burt Lahr looking cunt.
Oh, I want her to breathe the Tin Man paint.
Yeah.
Nice, Joe.
I like when they suck each other's cocks. A man cannot lay with another man.
I'll put him off.
Push it, Duke.
I give the glory to God.
Let's go back to Kim Davis's speech here.
Here. He's worthy, he's worthy. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
I mean, she shouldn't even be elected to lunch lady. How did she get...
Mike Huckabee's annoying me, too.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to go to jail for her, remember?
He's just looking to make it
Let's
his...
hear it for her husband, Joe, who has been a faithful, strong supporter at her side.
What a couple of fucking ugly monsters.
Dude, look at this fucking hayseed. It's almost like, except for that...
That's a joke, right?
Her brother Joe. I wonder her brother Joe. My aunt's brother Joe. Her husband Joe. I wonder if it bothers him that she's had so many dicks in her before she got to him.
Has she?
It's her four marriages.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. That's another non-Christian thing. She's got some nerve.
How do they let her out of jail?
And I think a kid out of wedlock too, right?
Yeah. She's a fucking hypocrite and a pig.
Who's next?
We're certainly not judging, but
she's a hypocrite.
Yeah, listen, I'm judging you if you're going to talk that shit.
Yeah.
First of all, if you the way divorce works in that in the Cave Jew dum book that I used to follow, the way it's supposed to work is unless there's adultery in the marriage, you're not supposed to get a divorce at all. So if you get a divorce and then remarry, and that's not, like let's just say you had irreconcilable differences and you get a divorce, that's considered fornication, your new marriage. So I guarantee you all four of that. Well, you know what?
Well, she's born again though, so she's like, I made mistakes. That's her excuse.
Yeah. Well, that's how they justify their thing with gays. They're like, we don't hate you. All you got to do is accept Christ and repent of being gay. And I repented, and I fucked you. I'm a fornicator, and I repented, and I'm good. So that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
They can't understand why you wouldn't just take this wonderful offer.
Well, let's go to Alex in Atlanta. He's got a very good question. Alex, go ahead.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Jimmy, who do you hate more, this fucking cow or Rachel Dolezal? Because you fucking teed off on that.
I hate this woman a lot more.
Yeah, Dolezal is crazy, so.
She's annoying and attention-seeking, but
I
this
have more
woman is
sympathy
actually...
for Rachel Dolezal,
Yeah,
because she was raised by some dippy slice like this lady, and that's what, they basically beat the white out of her, and that's what, then she had another guy beat, like, she's the product of a long line of weird Christian shit and abuse, Rachel Dolezal, so there's a little more mercy for her than for this fucking...
And she was trying to help people. She's irritating, but she's not a horrible person. This one's actually just defying the fucking Supreme Court.
Yes.
And it's not brave.
This Nancy Grace fan. This is the person that is sending porcelain kitties to Nancy Grace. That's who, if you're wondering who that was.
And he means that Kiddies.
Let's go to Huckabee. So Huckabee had a lot to say after Kim Davis left the stage.
All right, thanks, guys.
But we stand with Kim today with gratitude and appreciation, and for her husband Joe, who I appreciate for standing with his wife and in no way doing anything other than being proud that she was willing to pay the price to even go to jail to maintain the clarity of her conscience. And Kim, we are all
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't leave my job. I still need that fucking
leave the
money
job.
and power, but my conscience is strong enough that I will both keep every part of this.
$80,000 a year.
Fucking scumbag.
That would be impressive
Unbelievable.
if she gave that up.
Yeah, she wants to keep the money.
She's going to keep the money.
Where did they live that she got elected number one? And just
What
I
do
don't
you
even
mean? Look at all the supporters outside the jail.
If you're gay, why would you live in this town? Like, the second you see your husband, you drive into town, see your husband, shouldn't you turn around and head for more northern.
Get the fuck out of there. Yeah, pull a John Ritter and Sling Blade. Just fucking bang the mortician and keep it under your hat.
You think that's his favorite? You think that's his favorite hat that he broke out for the occasion?
Oh my God!
Her husband's hat.
I want to put a microphone to her husband and just ask him, "Where do you think Obama's from?"
Yeah,
and get that caught on tape.
What
that Kenyan Hussein Obama?
What vegetable does your wife's vagina smell like? Wow, did that bomb?
Let's go back to Mike Huckabee.
I think vegetable is generous is the thing.
You're probably right, 'cause I was thinking rotted vegetable, but I didn't say it. That's the difference between a funny joke and a terrible one.
Delighted to be with you today and standing with you today.
The judge has told her that she cannot interfere with the process of handing out these licenses. What do you advise her to do when she returns to work tomorrow?
That's a legal question for her. But I've already told her that if somebody needs to go to jail, I'm willing to go in her
You
place.
can't, stupid.
And I mean that because I'm tired of watching people
Why would they put him in jail for her?
just harassed because they believe something of their faith. And we cannot criminalize.
Did you hear that shit?
Meanwhile, that's what
she
they're
has
doing.
the wrong job.
Meanwhile, they're interfering with people's
Yeah.
lives. With it. It's just silly.
That is every bit as disingenuous as like the other side when you see that social justice warrior shit where they go,
the same person.
I'm just a woman speaking on. It's like so you harass somebody and then you got backlash and now you're a victim.
Yeah,
that's the same phony fucking victimhood.
Yeah.
I was just standing for what I believe in. You can do that at home, bitch. You don't need to be in charge of other people doing that.
Yeah. Let's get to the end of this. 20 seconds.
And I'm praying that there will be remedies that do not involve putting someone in jail for their convictions, especially when the issue is whether the courts can just make a law out of thin air and then somehow try to apply it and punish people for not obeying something that isn't even a law.
But if you don't do your job, you get fired. So how does that play out here? They're not allowed to fire her because she was elected?
It's a lame. This is honestly, this is a dumb battle for them to pick. I'm glad they're picking it, so they just fucking lose again. Let them just go down this road of harping on the gay shit like anybody still gives a fuck. These people believe.
A lot of people still give a fuck, Kurt.
Well, they honestly believe, and I didn't realize this, there's a fucking magic prayer shield around America. And if, God forbid, these homos don't stop fucking, the Sky Jew is going to drone bomb us. That's what they believe in their hearts. We're going to lose this is God's magic country, and we're going to lose his protection because of all the ass fucking that's going on. Much like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what they think. That's what Huckabee thinks.
It's I don't even know how to combat that childish logic. It's silly.
You can't. You got to drone it out of people.
So now what? She goes back to work
Drone
today?
it out, yeah.
So what happens today? She goes back to work?
And by the way, I like how they said she stands. How often do you think she really stands in life, in general, just physically? When it's not a buffet or a fucking Piggly Wiggly.
Two of Kim's marriages were to the same guy. She didn't break any laws. Where you want to go? Let's go to Jim in Kentucky.
Oh, that's good.
Hello, Jim. Let's say hi to Jim. What's up, Jim?
Hey, guys. How are you this morning?
We're doing good, Jim.
What's up, buddy?
So, first off, you know this woman's not a conservative, right? She's a Democrat, registered Democrat, and has been one all her life. So
She's obviously a conservative. Democrat doesn't. Her being a Democrat doesn't really matter compared to what she's doing now.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't she just resign? Like, why couldn't she just resign the job if her conscience?
She didn't break any Kentucky laws. That's the thing.
Well, okay. What about
she's in contempt of court?
Sir, what about cunt law? Isn't there a higher law?
There is a higher law, and it's not cunt law. So it's literally the fact that she's upholding the law in the state of Kentucky.
Wait a minute. No, she's not.
She's not upholding the law. Explain that.
It's still illegal. It's still illegal until the legislature changes it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Until they change it. Then it's...
The Yankee government is in charge. I mean, I don't know if when Grant, burned down Atlanta, as he should have, it didn't get the message across that... dumb states don't get to make up dumb rules on their own, but that's how it works. Also, why is she good to just be standing in the way of somebody else's thing they're trying? I don't understand this thing where America has to do this Christian thing.
It's the same thing as the people in Utah can't marry as many women as they want, right? So
I'm for that. I don't see what the problem is.
I agree.
am too.
As long as it's not an underage kid. But
she's not breaking the law, and she's not in contempt of court when the law that she's upholding says that she can't do it.
Okay, well, can I tell you my idea? If Obama, made her put on a wig and knee socks and then gave her the guillotine, like in France, I would elect him emperor for life. Can I tell you that? I would vote to have Obama be the Mau Mau emperor of America. If he chopped this bitch's head off, that's a fact.
Pussy. That's
I'm the furthest thing from. I'm regularly in a fight with left wingers regularly. You know nothing about me. I despise right wing fascists.
Me or Kentucky? How many times?
I've been in Kentucky a million times. I know a lot about it. Okay, and I know a lot of people in Kentucky aren't into that shit against gays. I don't know what is the disaster of letting gays get married. What's the disaster?
Doing her job. I don't have a thing against gay marriage.
Then why are you?
I lived in fucking New York. I lived with 2 drag queens.
Okay, then why does this pig not sicken you the way she sickens me? She's standing in the way of people's lives. She's standing in the way of people's lives.
She has the right to her convictions, just like you do.
She doesn't. That's right. She should resign. She should fucking resign. You're right. She does. I'd respect her if she resigned.
I guarantee you, the bitch will be reelected. She lives in Appalachia. You know where the fuck that is? You know what kind of people live there?
But yes,
you're never going to change their mind.
I know, but
in Appalachia, move the fuck out. That's the smart thing to do.
Well, listen, I agree with you there. I have no idea why someone would be gay and live there, but my guess is some people are born there, and it's hard for them growing up at that church where you got to jump rope with snakes and shit. And I feel bad for them. But you're 100% right about that. There's no argument there. In fact, I say keep going on the Republican side with this bullshit. Hold on to this because it's another segregation, dude.
Shit. And as soon as they do this, the Muslims are going to say, "Well, we can cut our bitches' heads off." Because that's what our religion says.
They can cut this bitch's head off.
However, people like yourself that are sitting there calling her a cunt and doing these things for standing up and doing her job,
that wasn't her job. Her job was to give marriage licenses.
In prison 6 weeks ago, she would have gone to jail for giving a marriage license. In Kentucky, it is still illegal. The governor signed an edict, which he cannot do in the Commonwealth.
Yes, federal law, by the way, supersedes states' rights. That's how we got rid of slavery.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it does.
States still have the rights on education, marriage. They actually have the right on abortion. It's all about how the legislature...
Well, can I ask you a question? This is a question. So let me ask you a question. You might know this better than me. Obviously, you know what you're talking about. You're saying they have the right on abortion. Then why haven't states that are pro-life, and there are some, why haven't they overturned like Roe v. Like, you know what I mean? Why are they not anti-abortion or pro-life if they have the right on abortion?
There are many states like Texas where you can only get an abortion in like 5 places. Right, because they've whittled it down to where you can only do it in certain.
Why haven't they just outlawed it
under certain restrictions?
If they have the right to, why haven't they outlawed it?
The right to, they haven't because they don't want to do the legal fight. That's what most legislators.
What do you mean? They're in court all the time.
So there's an argument. So look, you're saying there is some argument. I mean, you're on the side of that they have the right, but there is clearly an argument as to whether they really do have that right. I mean, it's not like a settled thing, obviously.
There is an argument for that. There's the same argument around strippers, whether or not they have the legal right to take their clothes off, right? It depends on the municipality, the state. Federal law says they have the freedom of speech, right? But you can put ordinances and you can put state and local laws in that say you can't.
By the way, let me ask you too. But she's saying her argument hasn't been I'm doing my job. Her argument has been I'm going with my conscience because this is my religion, freedom of religion.
I understand.
No. This is my question. Why is that her argument? If she's doing her job legally, I think you're wrong about something there, because she wouldn't have been jailed if she was doing her job legally, and that would have been her argument. It's illegal for me to do this. Right.
But do you understand the background of the judge that jailed her?
No.
Right? Look into the judge that jailed her. So he has been in Kentucky, and in the circuit court that he's been in, he literally pushed a homosexual agenda in the state of Kentucky. Because
God bless him. God bless that carpetbagger.
That's good for him if he wants to or not. But however, what he put her in contempt of court for was his order, not for not issuing
Hold on. The Supremacy Clause is provided in Article 6, Clause 2 of the Constitution. It establishes the U.S. Constitution, federal statutes, and treaties as the supreme law of the land. It provides that these are the highest form of law in the United States legal system and mandates that all state judges must follow federal law when a conflict arises between federal law and either a state constitution or state law of any state. Now, I'm just guessing from memory. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct.
After reading your paragraph, Jimmy, where is it? Does it say that the Supreme Court can make a law in there?
Well, it's all interpreted.
Didn't the Supreme Court do that with segregation of schools? And that was the last thing where they're like, the states have a right, and the states should not have a right to segregate schools. That's a good thing if that right's getting, so much like they should have a right to have slaves.
All right, go to Queens and look at how many desegregated schools there are, right?
Buddy, you don't have to go by Queens. You could go by New Jersey, where I'm from, down south. Listen, I grew up in Statesville, North Carolina for a while. Those are integrated schools. That's a little racist horseshit thing you just said, buddy. You're going to go by some ghetto? No. You can integrate people and it's fine. Right? We're cool with integration, buddy.
I don't think the people who live in Astoria, where I used to live, would consider it a ghetto, right? I think they would consider it a pretty nice neighborhood.
New York schools are bad. That's true.
They have segregated themselves, right? So that, to me, is a non-argument anymore. People are going to do what they're going to do in that respect. The Supreme Court has no authority to make law.
Well, thank God it does, because it just did.
Or hold up law.
All right, Jim.
That's not what they did.
All right, I want to give some other people a chance here. The phones are fucking lit.
Thanks for the call. I think you're wrong about something in there, but thanks for the call.
All right, let me go to Chuck in North Carolina saying Kurt needs to get his facts straight.
Oh.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Hello, Chuck.
Kurt.
Go ahead, buddy.
About what he
Oh, this is our Chuck. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, well, what's up, Chuck?
Chuck, hold on. Can I ask you something first? What religion are you? Are you like a Baptist or something?
I'm just a Christian type guy. I'm not really one denomination.
Like born again Christian, you would say maybe?
I'm not. I was raised up in a strict Christian home.
Right.
Went to church every time the doors open.
Right.
Know the Bible front to back probably. But you're really passionate, but you're wrong about all the laws and stuff in Kentucky. And if you grew up in Statesville for a little while, you should have stayed longer.
Well, here's what happened in Statesville. Because I was Jehovah's Witness, that's like the... That's the vampires versus werewolves of fucking Southern Baptists.
Yeah.
And so here's the good thing about Jehovah's Witnesses. Never believed in hellfire, which makes them a superior religion to that nonsense. Didn't get involved in politics. And you know why you don't get involved in politics if you're a Christian? Because it looks bad for Christians and it makes people hate Christianity. So that's why it's smart to be the Amish about it and stay the fuck out of government if you're a Christian. And we couldn't go to war. We could not go to war because there is no circumstance, I don't care if it's World War II or whatever, Jesus is not cool with you bombing another Christian in the name of your flag. He's not. So that's where Baptists are wrong. Yeah, I mean, you're just wrong. Or that kind of Christian is being look, you know as well as I do if you read the Bible that it's built into the religion that only a small number of people are going to be doing it right. Okay? So America, by definition, can't be a Christian nation because if it was, it wouldn't be Christian. Right?
Well, you're right. But I don't see why Huckabee even tries to run. Going by what you say, you're right. He could never win. I don't know why he even runs for president.
Who do you think could win, though, dude, honestly? Because I've been rooting for fucking Trump for president just out of free speech reasons. I don't even like him. I hate him, but I think,
Trump is a rich, first-class motherfucker, probably. but I think his country is tired of hearing that same old politician bullshit.
Right.
Ask them a question, they go around the block, back to the stop sign, and ain't said a fucking thing. And there's a lot of, what do they call it, flyover country?
Yeah.
These people love to hear that shit about a wall.
Yeah.
Keeping these illegal motherfuckers out of here.
Hey, Chuck, let me ask you, do you think this woman is doing the right thing, or do you think that she's out of line and allowing her personal beliefs to interfere with her job?
Well, I'm not sure what county she's from, but I'm sure $80,000 is a lot of money a year for where she lives. But she's an elected official. In one way, she should probably resign. But if the state's law says she's not supposed to do that, I can see that side of it too. I'm sure that her being a Christian, that's a good thing to stand up, but I bet you that $80,000 a year weighs out more.
Dude, I think you're right. I think you're dead right, dude.
I really do.
I think because I would respect her if she stood up for her conscience and said, I have to resign.
Yeah.
I can't do this
I'm
job.
gonna give up this money.
Yeah, that's the Christian thing to do. And by the way, going to jail is also the Christian thing to do. That's what you're supposed to do for your faith if you have to.
Right.
I wonder if she tithes any of that $80,000 she made.
Well, you don't have to tithe. That's some Old Testament thing, and I know a lot of preachers.
What is that?
Do it.
A lot of people. This is what greedy. See, by the way, if you go to a church and the preacher is richer than you and has a nicer car than you and he lives in a better house, he's your fucking pimp. He's not anything from God. That's just something that should be apparent. But for some reason,
reasons like down south. And a lot of flyover country, when churches got too big,
right,
where the pastor couldn't attend to his flock, and I don't mean flock. They were supposed to split and make another church,
right,
where the one pastor can take care of his people.
You're right, man.
You've got churches down there where I live that have 3 or 4 sermons a day on Sunday.
Yeah.
They got churches that are so big, they got loading docks for trucks coming in and out.
Well, that's just to load Kim Davis into the area.
I haven't seen a picture of her, but that was funny. Hell about what she looked like.
Yeah, the mega churches are just unbelievable. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way,
they rent out these stadiums.
I love this. I love going to play in the South. I like the crowds down south. I like redneck fun, like shooting guns and shit. I just despise that phony Christian thing that a lot of people are into. But I'm not anti-South or redneck and none of that. I love that shit. It's just that shit where you try to have control over people with your little dumb religion. I don't really care what the law says. Like, maybe if the law said Kim Davis is right, fuck her. Why would you try to fuck with other people's lives? If you want to bear witness, you lead by example. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't pull the rafter out of your own eye before you tell your brother to remove the dick from his ass. Pull the dick out of your own eye. You ever hear that scripture?
The way the Bible reads, the church is supposed to have open doors for sinners. And if they think the homosexuals and the lesbians and all that are sinners, they're supposed to open the doors to them.
That's right.
You know, and down south, we got some preachers down there where I live, and they have those gay parades and stuff uptown in Asheville.
Yeah.
Some of the congregation throws rocks at them. It's funny to watch. Watch a bunch of queers dodging rocks, but they do.
There's an actual fucking Bible scripture of Jesus stopping morons from throwing rocks at someone. It's so anti-Jesus. I can't even, it's amazing. I heard some idiot go, I'm Christian. I was raised to fight for what I believe in. Well, you weren't raised Christian then, dum-dum. I don't know what to tell you. Read your own book.
Well, the country has, and the homosexuals and the gays and all that are out. The abortion started. That got out. Once you let all that shit out of the bag, you ain't going to put it. That's like putting toothpaste back in the tube.
That is possible, by the way.
What, to get toothpaste?
I just wanted to add nothing to the conversation. I'm sorry.
All right, Chuck, we got a break here because we got Artie Lange standing by.
Let me add Jimmy's show in Charlotte. Reckon I could meet you down there, Jimmy. I'd like to meet you.
I would like that, Chuck. Yes, when I'm down in North Carolina.
Yeah,
in Charlotte.
November, I think.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Just contact us, and we'll make sure we get you tickets. You don't pay for tickets. I'll get you in.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, man. Take care of Bert now.
Take care, brother.
We'll see you, buddy.
Hey, Chuck, we got your number?
I'm sure you have.
Hold on the line, because, they'll set you up nice when Jimmy's down there. Thanks, buddy.
See you, man.
Okay.
Chuck in North Carolina. Kurt Metzger in studio playing Caroline's tomorrow and Friday, right?
Oh, yeah. 7:30 tomorrow, then 7:30 and 9:30 on Friday. It's my new hour.
Awesome. Yeah,
Carolines.com. You can get tickets.
And we also have Race Wars tonight with Sherrod Small and you. That's at 9 o'clock on this channel. Who's your guest?
Keith's coming in, Keith Robinson, and Tony Darrow and Sue Costello. And then I got this guy I had a whole Twitter beef with, who's now this is like a left-winger who didn't like me, but he's from Portland, so he's going to call in. I mocked him on the last episode, but he's going to call in.
Oh, shit.
Graciously, he's going to call in. So,
cool.
All right, Jimmy, what do you got, buddy?
I got, I'm actually at Caroline's the week after Kurt, so you can come see Kurt tonight or tomorrow, and then go see me next week. And Minneapolis and Detroit, the following week, the 25th and 26th. And I had Erie, PA just go on sale, Louisville, Kentucky, Scottsdale, Arizona, all three places I've never been to. So those are on sale for December and January. And a bunch of shit coming up. So just come see me.
All right, we got Artie Lange next. And today, Kurt Metzger, who's playing Caroline's tomorrow and Friday, that would be. So go see Kurt Metzger. He's got a new hour, 212-757-4100 to get your tickets for Caroline's. I think Artie Lange's going to be here in a few minutes.
Yeah, how come we thought he was here?
I thought he was.
Oh, you just thought he was? Okay.
Yeah, because he's scheduled for 9, so I thought it was time for Artie Lange. He'll be here sooner than later, so that's fine. Kurt is very informed with his religious stuff. I
wish I wasn't. I'll never get that shit out of my head ever.
And I was asking you when you finally went the other way with the whole thing, because you were all in until you hit college, huh?
But you know what, man? Here's what I learned from being religious, which is how to be a better liar and really lie to myself, which is what this Kim Davis idiot's doing. I mean, she has fooled herself into her keeping the job for the money is like the noblest, most Christian thing.
Right.
You could see on her face with her hands in the air and that shit. That's what it teaches you to do, is really lie
to yourself.
So that's how all these guys like Ted Haggard, you know, how many fucking people on TV end up being gay secretly?
Right.
Because that's how you learn how to lie to yourself.
Well, the ones that scream the most, you usually end up having something going on behind the scenes.
They're like addicts. You know, not that I like that Marx shit of the opiate of the mat, but there is a certain degree of addict behavior there where you're getting your high, and you're just going to lie to yourself about who you are and what you are because you want the high.
Do you still talking to me directly?
Yeah.
Have you held on to any religious principles?
I still like that, not getting involved in politics and not going to war, and I still like that, and I still like what's the other thing they had? Oh, that no hell. I don't know, man. I'm not like an atheist. Like I think there's definitely nothing. I don't fucking know. So I'm just not gonna, base my life around anything other than my own conscience.
Right. But there was a time you completely believed exactly what they said in the Bible.
Yeah, I'm like, how could anything else be true other than this? Like, there's no way we came from monkeys. There's no way that could be a possibility. It has to be a history book, and there's and then like, so let's say dinosaurs or something. Well, but they probably lived with Noah. But you know what? It's not even that important. What's important is I'm going to be saved in end time, so I don't need to really even think too much about it.
How did we get here then, humans?
God made us exactly as we are. Probably about, we didn't believe in 6-day creationism, which is like probably popular. I'm sure she believes the earth is 6 days, 6,000 years old.
Right.
What we believe was humans are only 6,000 years old, and the earth itself could be billions of years old. And, but humans are like hundreds of thousands. I mean, that's also nonsense. None of those timelines work out. It's just, you can't believe when my girlfriend's Jewish. And so when you talk to actual Jews who study that, like, they don't believe, except for the cuckoo ones that hold up planes, they generally don't believe those are true stories. But they kind of laugh at Christians, because I promise you, she's in a church, that lady Kim Davis, where they're using like Hebrew words on the regular with like a southern accent, like Elohim and all, and Jews laugh at that. It's like you're just taking our thing and pretending you know it better than us. Like, they're just stories, pal. Relax. And I didn't even realize that until I was dating a Jewish girl, how much they laugh at that.
Right. Pretty impressive.
That's how the Jew laughs.
Yeah. Well, did you hear what's his name? Chuck talk about whenever you say the Jew, or he's like the gays, like that the makes it sound so bad for some reason.
Does.
Just leave the off.
Yeah, unless you say the heart of the soul. Sorry, guys, just bringing it home.
You want to watch the Walmart video before Artie Lange comes in?
I don't know what the Walmart video is.
We're changing gears a little bit here. Went serious, and now we're going goofy. Walmart employee gets caught jerking off, then tries to deny it.
Oh, yeah, I do want to see that.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy
first
was
of all,
going
I
at
can
it.
explain. I want to see a comedian drop a heckler with a kick to the chest.
Oh, we got that.
Oh, I did see that. I think that guy is in Vegas. He sent me a message.
Yeah, you were tweeting about it, Jimmy.
I think he might have sent me a tweet or a Facebook or something.
Yeah, did the heckler attack him, or did he just attack?
Heckler seems like one of these needy, attention-seeking zilches.
And the comedian drops him with a kick to the chest. We got the video, but first this from Walmart.
Peckers.
He's got his hand down his pants, and he's looking at, obviously, I would have to say, some pornography on his phone. And he's got his left hand in his pants.
What kind of peck is that small you could jerk off?
Oh, yeah, he's grabbing his dick through his pants.
Ethan Berlin.
Damn, it's crazy. You just got caught jerking off, man. Yeah, you just got caught jerking off, man. I caught you, man.
He might have been just scratching.
I caught you, man.
I wasn't jerking
I got you. I'm recording you right now.
I wasn't jerking off.
Man, the video says different.
I don't care what the video says. I wasn't jerking off.
God, the worst nightmare.
You were jerking off, man.
No, I wasn't. Look, if you think that's what's jerking off, I feel bad for you.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look.
It's on World Star Hip Hop, and we'll tweet and put that on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
I think the guy should have waited a little
I
longer.
agree.
Though, right?
Well, the guy looked up and saw him.
Yeah. Oh, is that why?
I think so. Right? The guy looked up and saw him. He didn't believe me. He didn't direct the video.
It's pretty.
Watch. He's got his hand in. He's tugging.
And he's looking at.
He's just plumping it up.
And there's nothing that important on your phone that you're staring like that
With your hand on your dick.
Unless it's pornography.
Kim Davis released from prison.
See, watch the guy. The guy looks up.
It's crazy. You just got caught jerking off, man.
Nah, I ain't jerking off.
That's your worst nightmare.
Damn, it's crazy. You just got caught jerking off, man. Yeah, you just got caught jerking off, man.
You can tell by his face that he's busted.
Oh my God! You don't repeatedly go. I wasn't jerking off.
I wasn't jerking off.
I wasn't jerking off.
What else could it be? What else could it be on his phone that he's looking
I
like
was
that
just
intently?
seeing what this lump was.
Kim Davis released from jail.
Got caught jerking off.
Yeah, I wasn't jerking off.
Wow.
Who filmed him? Was that just a customer?
I think it's probably a fellow employee.
Dude, why would you be doing that in front of a big window?
Zach, why wouldn't you?
I excuse myself and go to the serious bathrooms when I have to jerk off.
And why were they taping him? Obviously, the word got around that this guy, jerks off on the job.
Or the guy just walked up to the window and saw him.
Yeah, I mean,
you think it might just be a
he was
customer?
in plain view.
No, but I mean,
where was that? First
Walmart.
Of all, but like, what section is that?
I don't know. Does anyone know the Walmart sections?
Like, who's behind glass?
I don't know. That's a very good question. This guy has Skittles on the counter, so maybe he is just a customer.
Like some.
I ain't jerking off.
I ain't jerking off. I caught you jerking off.
Oh, cigarette? Oh, he sells cigarettes?
Yeah, it's tobacco stuff.
Oh, okay.
Tobacco thing.
He's bored. He's bored in between customers, and he's got his left hand in his pants.
I wish the guy would have said, "Show me what's on your phone."
Yeah.
Yeah, but he gave himself away just by like, if you think I was jerking off, I just feel bad for you. Like, you feel bad for the guy that
why would you feel bad?
Got a great World Star Hip Hop video, buddy. That's who you feel bad for.
Yeah, we didn't get the whole World Star Hip Hop.
What a awesome way to lose your job.
So go check that out.
The great thing about being a comic is like if that was me, I would be bringing that video in to show you guys, proudly.
Of course.
That's the whole benefit of not having that job.
Yeah, I tell you, you forget as a stand-up how much we can do that just regular job people can't, like the little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that you could jerk off on stage, but
but I think I should be allowed
saw Tracy
to.
Morgan show his pubes once.
Yeah.
At Caroline's.
Really? What did it
the
look
front
like?
row. It's hilarious. It's like, you want to see my pubes? He just did 15 minutes on showing his pubes.
Man, I used to
It made it hilarious, by the way, because you would almost think it's kind of hack, but
no, I love
he made it work.
No, showing your pubes is definitely not hack. I've never seen it. Girl farts is hack. I've never seen a guy show his pubes on
Jimmy,
stage.
you're 100% right, but I couldn't figure out a way to fucking sell it properly. He just wanted to show his pubes.
When he was on SNL, dude, and he'd come into the Boston Comedy Club when it was still open. My favorite thing was like tourists who were like, "Oh, the man we saw on SNL."
Yeah.
But like now he's without the team of white writers that filter him to American people.
Right.
So now it's just Tracy talking about what he wants to talk about.
Yes, and it might be his pubes.
Dude, it was such a delight to watch them just like appalled and his childlike delight telling them like the most offensive shit.
Sniff that booty.
Yeah, like that gay thing that he got in trouble for is literally one of the nicest things he's ever said about anybody.
I've never seen anyone hold court better than Tracy Morgan.
It's hysterical.
In a room. I don't know who comes in second place with that shit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He just fucking could hold the attention of the entire room. And it's all just nonsense, too. It's just nonsense.
How many letters in show?
Right.
How many letters in business?
Right.
Which more important? Like, seriously, it goes by the number of letters in the word?
But you're just sitting there like, more, please. Give me more of that shit. You want to see the comedian drop kicking the heckler?
Yeah.
More than I want to breathe.
Yeah, Jim Norton was tweeting this a few days back or last week or over the weekend or whatever the hell. But
yeah, the guy is like a notorious heckler in Vegas or something. I don't know what his name is or what he does or who he really is.
Does he want to be known?
I'm guessing he does.
Here's your forecast. Rain.
You could skip through that there and we'll get to the video.
Except today.
Hit that skip ad, brother. Hit that skip ad.
Hit skip ad. Who's skip ad?
Oh wow! There's no one. This is a shitty comedy situation.
Exactly.
It's
like any one of my Saturday shows.
It's not a comedy. What is this?
Just some
It looks like
restaurant
it's
that has comedy.
next to the salad bar or something.
Yeah.
Oh god. There's no one there either. Oh fuck.
I don't shoot my way. Are you gonna start shooting?
Eric Rivera.
The guy approaches him as he's doing it.
Ray, have a seat. Ray, have a seat. Ray, have a seat. Ray, if you put your hands on me again, you're gonna fucking regret it. Okay?
Is that a woman or a man?
Man.
Go sit down. Go sit down.
Knows him by name.
Ray, go sit down.
There's like 10, 15
We're in a
people.
fucking weird
You wonder why nobody likes you, bro?
I like him.
He's wearing a tinfoil hat.
Wow.
There's no one there. Jesus.
Oh, they're hugging him.
Unbelievable.
Did he kick him yet?
Not yet.
Unbelievable.
Stop talking about it.
Fucking show, asshole. Bring on the next comic right now.
I am rooting for this comic to just open fire on the entire.
Yeah, he's got like
audience.
a tinfoil thing on his head. Mr. Notice Me, the worst.
The fucking crowd. Will you stop talking about it? What's he supposed to do, bitch? Let's not talk about the situation in front of him. You fucking
they're
dumb
so
slight.
dumb. The audience.
Yeah, audience should be spit on. I swear to God.
Artie Lange, hey buddy.
Hey, man.
Wherever you want.
Oh my God.
Oh, we got so much going on,
listen,
Artie.
I just want it to be known I support comedian violence on audience members as much as possible.
Sure.
What? Just know you're in a democracy. I'm Kim Jong Un on there as far as you're concerned. So just fucking know your goddamn place.
Oh my God.
This is a video of a guy in Vegas. This notorious heckler. The comedian kicks him. We haven't seen the kick yet.
The comedian knows him by name. His name's Ray. He's in a room that might have eight people watching his comedy.
He turned on the fucking toaster and it started to smoke and he just beat his head against the glass.
The comedian knows his name?
Yeah, I guess he's like a local guy that they all know. He's an asshole.
This guy's voice sounds like Dan Aykroyd in Caddyshack 2. He's like, this is extra hard.
Oh, fuck. Good.
My testicles were...
That was a good role.
That was a terrific role. So Ray approached the stage just to get you up to date. And the comedian's like, Ray, you put your hands on me again, you're going to regret it. Then Ray backs off, goes back into the quote audience. There's only like a few people there. And he's getting hugged for heckling the comedian.
Yeah, some fat lady.
And now the good stuff is about to happen.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Fucking show, asshole. Bring on the next comic right now. And stop making fun of me.
You did it all by yourself, Wayne.
No.
You did it all by yourself.
You lied to me.
I have the mic. Throw a tantrum. I'm a 60-year-old baby. I don't get my way.
Listen.
I don't get my way.
Are you gonna start shooting?
I don't
Kick him.
What I tell you?
Oh, he's going to finish shit.
What I tell you?
Kicked him right in the fucking chest and stomach, and then I walk away.
Oh, he just lost his
He's
8 people.
still laying there.
Kick him in the fucking...
And his fucking hat fell off.
Kick him again on the ground.
That was very cool. Once, he was going to do it again.
That was very cool.
Down goes Ray.
100% right.
Wow.
Down goes Ray.
Down goes Ray. It was a knockout kick, man.
That's a hell of a kick.
Who's the comic?
I forget his name.
I don't know.
Is it Freddie Correa? That's the name.
I'd like to high five the shit out of him.
That should be a special.
Can you?
Yeah. I wish HBO presents it's a 2-minute stand-up special.
Freddie, wherever you are, dude, come to McDougal Street and just walk down the street by the Cellar, just kicking these street crazies. There's a million tinfoil hat motherfuckers that I just want beaten.
Let's see the kick again.
It's getting annoying.
God, that was beautiful.
Start shooting me right now.
What I tell you?
Oh,
What I tell you?
what
What I tell
the
you?
fuck audience in their fucking place. Oh, yes. Oh, God.
Greatest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, that's got to be a gift.
Well, it doesn't even seem like a gig. It seems like some sort of seminar they're at.
It's horrible.
It was a horrible room.
Where's the audience? He's like,
Oh, he's still laying there.
Once he was going to do it again.
You don't have to explain yourself, buddy. You were already right.
I got evidence. He was going to hit you.
Yeah.
The guy hit him before.
The guy
Well, the
put
guy
his hands
touched
on
him.
He came charging over, and then he took a nice... He thought nothing was going to happen.
What happened to the comic? Anything?
I
mean, as far as arrest or something?
Nah.
You missed this. The
Can't
audio.
charge
An audience member actually said, "No, that's funny."
I want to see a picture of who
That's
this
the
guy
funniest
is.
thing I've ever seen.
It's fun. That kick, you
Can I
couldn't
just
have
see a
kicked it
kick?
better.
Will you just please one more time?
I think Rogan learned from this guy.
and we got to play it out. I want to see what else happens. There's
God.
like 30 seconds left in this video.
Are you gonna start shooting me right now?
Nice front kick.
I love that the hat on the floor is the best.
This guy walking.
Oh, God, it's amazing.
I love the person that goes, "Come on."
No one is offering him assistance on any level.
What's the comic's name?
Freddie Correa.
Oh, Freddie, that was a beautiful
He put his hands on
kick.
me once. He was going to do it again.
He's going to do it again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I got
goddamn
evidence.
straight you're not,
He was gonna
Freddie.
hit you.
Put that crowd right in their place. There's this new thing where the audience think that their opinion matters.
They're the worst.
Even though they paid to see. But look, if you dumb animals understood shit, you wouldn't have to pay me to tell you jokes. So just shut up.
He's ordering him around, like, bring up the next comic.
Yeah.
He's like, but
Just
he's
shut up.
Dude, a guy in a tinfoil hat running his fucking mouth at you like that?
You lied to me.
Oh, you said I would talk about my head.
What's the backstory with that? What are they dating? You lied.
This
Well, the way
guy
the other
obviously
guy
goes.
took-
He knows him by name, so obviously this guy goes to the comedy show all the
And the
time.
way the guy talks to him, oh, 60-year-old baby, like he's dealt with this fucking cocksucker before.
Yeah, can you play this out? There's a
Yeah, what
few,
happens?
few seconds left in this video.
Please get the name of tinfoil, too.
Now that's funny. Someone in the audience says, "Now that's funny." That's some funny shit right there.
That was pretty funny.
How much of an asshole do you have to be where no one cares that you're on the...
No, the one girl cared.
Oh, wait, one more time.
Yeah.
Are you gonna start shooting me right now?
Oh, that fucking hat fell right off his stupid...
Ray.
Oh, awesome.
There goes
Is that guy like a martial arts guy?
No, that looks like a real kick. That looks like a real kick.
He's done that before.
That's
Yeah.
just someone that has had it.
That's also a real kick, though. That's right in the... Oh, that one's wonderful.
What, Freddie, beautiful form.
His
first
dumb
of all.
shorts.
I mean, I don't know. Jimmy, Craig, you know this too. I mean, anyone that does the road a lot, aren't you surprised it doesn't hapen like once a week?
I'm surprised it doesn't happen every 15 minutes.
Right,
in this
that's what I
show.
mean.
You know why, dude? Because I've had that a bunch of times, and not except for the one time I got in a fight at the Cellar. But 9 times out of 10, you just can talk the guy out of any. Like most of the time, I'll have someone jump up and I talk him right out of it, and it gets handled.
What do you say usually?
I mean,
I'm gonna kick
well,
you.
you know what? I'll beat the tinfoil hat off of you. No, I got usually the thing that happened to me last time where a guy actually hit me at the Cellar, I wasn't on stage because I'll wait.
Oh, right.
I'll wait for the crowd. Like I won't do the rookie move where the crowd's turning against me,
Right.
Because they don't get how this guy's fucking my life up. I'll let him ruin the show for the crowd first,
Right,
And then they're on my side because the rookie move is that just to like fight them all.
Right.
But all you gotta do is let the guy disrupt the show like you don't even notice, and the crowd goes, "Is he gonna deal with this?"
Yeah.
And then I got off stage, okay, and it was this dumb drunk bitch, and then her dumb husband yelling shit, and I had said to her, because like it's very like hacky of me, but I would say it to like drunk girls. I'd tell her she's hot. I'm like, "Can I tell you something? You're very beautiful," and that's why you think people want you to talk, but they don't, and they're just lying. And this guy's like, "I'll kick your ass," and I was trying to
This
give him
off stage.
This is while I'm on stage. I kept trying to give him out. I'm like, but they just go get you in a lot of fights, man. He goes, "Whatever, I win fights. Let's go." Okay, but the crowd, I just kept doing my set. The rest of the crowd was into it. She just didn't like me.
Yeah.
So I kept there. Look, this was the smart move. I didn't alienate all of them because of this. But when I got off, the guy was so aggressive. I just had to see I couldn't see what it was. He was in the back.
Usually they hate them immediately, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't want to hear that.
Well, dude, I look, and Jay was hosting, and I go, oh, yeah, Jay, I was right. She's a hot bitch. And then she goes, this is what, and I wasn't angry yet. She goes, don't call me a bitch. And it like, made me snap. Like,
Okerson has some amazing fucking stories from those black.
No, I was there with him. I was with him for that shit.
All right. Do you know that? Maybe you know the story. He told me that all the black comics had those crazy names.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of times some of the names had the N word in them, and he had to bring them up.
No. Okay.
So there's one kid.
Yeah, I'll tell you who that is. It's his name. I remember this guy. It was at Sweet Cheeks, which is a.
Listen, this was the story. You might know this, but the next guy's going to come up. So he said, "There's big black kid's the next comedian." Yeah. And Okerson says to him, "Okay, I'll bring you up because he's the MC. What do you want me? What's your name?" He goes, "My name's Ignorant Nigga."
Yeah, that was his name.
And he goes,
I know Ignorant
and
Nigga.
He's like, I don't want to say it. Can I say something else?
Yeah.
He goes, "What's your real name?" I go, I go by Ignorant Nigga, and I say something in the beginning to the crowd. So you could say it. It's all right. It's an all black guy. And can I use your first name?
Yeah.
He goes, no, just say Ignorant Nigga. So Ogerson goes up there, and he goes, "You're going to love this next guy."
You're leaving it out. He goes like this, because James still too scared to say it. This is a scary room called Sweet Cheeks in Atlantic City.
Oh, that's the name of the room, yeah.
So, yeah, Sweet Cheeks. And that's how you tell how bad the room's going to be, by how nice the name is. So the cuter the name, the bigger a black nightmare it's going to be. So he goes up, and Jay does the radio edit that they do for Jay-Z songs. He goes, "Welcome, Ignorant Neha." Like he...
Oh, really? He told me he said it.
He ran right over it to not say it too much, so it barely got out.
But the great thing is, the guy gets up there and goes to the black crowd. He goes, "You gonna let this motherfucker call me an ignorant nigga?"
Right, yeah.
And they all just turned on Okerson.
No.
I said, "That's the funniest trick I've ever heard in my life."
That's not what happened. They didn't all turn on
ruining Jay's story.
Yeah, no. It's funnier than that, because he goes, if Jay didn't say the words clearly enough, so when he gets up there, they didn't realize Jay even called him that. So the guy goes, "You're gonna let him call me ignorant nigga like that?"
So he told him.
And then, by the way, the crowd didn't enjoy ignorant nigga. They already didn't like Jay, regardless of anything he said with ignorant nigga. They turned on this guy ignorant nigga like I've never seen them pull a black comic apart.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like a zombie movie.
I've actually brought up 5 or 6 guys like that. I'm just happy that that's actually a legitimate name.
I think people who know Keith Robinson can.
We got the backstory on the kick.
Yeah.
Yes.
The kick to Ray's gut. Let's say hi to Tim in Florida. Tim, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right, we're trying to get the backstory on this thing.
Tim.
Yeah, here's the story on this guy. He's well known out there. Vegas doesn't have much of a local comedy scene because they got a lot of big rooms. So guys that are doing open mics, they go to all these little places, and there's a regular circuit. And this guy is basically a failed comic.
Of course,
that's just terrible, and nobody would let him on stage. So he goes around.
Till now.
His gig is to fuck up everybody else.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
He wants to be known as like the heckler.
Just desperate to be in it and not good enough to be in it.
And people that don't do comedy, by the way, will sympathize with that guy because he got a tinfoil hat, so they do that shit where they're like, well, he's probably got problems and I should be nice. First of all, everybody thinks they can do stand-up, everyone. So they got no respect for it. And that, of course, that dumb girl's like, no, don't kick stupid in the chest. That's our local stupid.
I figured if I were a comic, a guy in the audience with a tinfoil hat would be just like a gold mine.
He's really hateable.
Could sit him up front.
It's a great kick, though. My God.
You know who knows this guy is Shuli Egar over at the Stern Show.
Oh, does Shuli know him? Oh, you know what? The first time I met Shuli,
because he's from Vegas.
I was out there with Florentine years ago, and Shuli was out there. So I'm sure Shuli does know him.
Oh, this guy used to open up for Artie back in the day with. It was Sal the stockbroker, tinfoil hat.
If that guy came up to me and said I opened for you a million times, I'd have to go, maybe you did, man. I don't know.
Let's get the comedian on the phone.
Can we? What happened with the rest of Kurt's story?
Let's get the tinfoil guy on
with the fight. What happened? The guy you said you snapped.
Thank you, Tim.
So Jay's hosting, so I get off and I go. So she goes, "Don't call me a bitch," and I did snap. But I was off stage, and I go, no, I'm calling him a bitch. I'm calling you a cunt. And then the guy jumped up. But I still didn't put together he was going to hit me, because he didn't look like big. So I had my neck all the way out, like Like, and I go, Jay, I think he's gonna hit me. This dude, I mean, he did it. There was a waitress getting between me and him because she sensed it before I did. This dude whipped around and boxed my ear as hard as he could, and he popped my eardrum.
Wow.
50% perforation. So I got a.
This was in New York?
Yeah, I got the footage. You know what? I'll try to bring my old phone next time. I was recording a Fallon set, a clean Fallon set. That's how always a disaster when I got to practice my clean set.
It's horrible.
And I have the whole thing. You don't see the whole flight. You just see me stomping like Frankenstein towards him. Then you see us going back, and I got him by the collar. This is during the show.
Where did the offstage? Upstairs at the bar? The offstage confrontation?
In the fucking cellar.
The vestibule there.
While Jay's hosting.
In that little vestibule.
I fucking jumped this dude. Dude, it took 3 of them to pull me off. I was punching him while they were holding my hand. So I'll bring it, dude, you could hear on the phone. It's shocking. I didn't realize how loud it was. You can hear me punching him, and it's like loud.
Where were you hitting him in the face?
Wherever I could.
How good did it feel to be hitting him?
Dude, I mean, I couldn't. I'm not even like a tough dude, man. But just when I heard my ear pop, it like. I mean, I was like a blind rage from it.
Right.
And so whatever, his lip was fucked. He might have had like a black eye or his lip was split, but I had the real damage. I had to go he had to pay my medical bills. He got arrested.
Understand
He called the cops on me, this punk.
Yeah.
To say the comedian assaulted him, and the whole crowd went, no, he
what
attacked.
a fucking little cunt.
And then this is my favorite. His dumb cunt wife goes, as they're taking her dumb fuck husband away, she goes, but he called me a cunt. Like she couldn't believe it.
Like cops are going to be sympathetic to that.
And they're like, well, this bitch actually walked in the cellar and goes, my father could buy and sell this place.
Okay, thanks.
That's the level of cunt that she was.
First of all, no, he can't.
Yeah. Dumb cunt.
Be funny if he did, though, and just sold it back to the owner for less than he paid for it.
He works for the Daily News. He's some kind of graphics guy for the Daily News or something.
Her father?
Was there a lawsuit?
No, the guy that hit.
He's
that
a
popped me.
Daily News guy?
He does something in the graphics department. But, dude, if you're listening, your wife's a cunt.
I mean, you got to understand how cramped, for people who haven't been to the Comedy Cellar, there's a lot of them.
It's tiny.
Who haven't been, it's so cramped.
Dude, the crowd looked delighted. The footage?
Yeah.
Do you see the whole audience is like cracking up looking at this fucking fight? And then I had to bring it to the DA because they needed the evidence because he had to pay my medical bills for my fucking ear. I didn't have insurance at the time.
Scumbag.
Yeah, so I had to go to the DA's office. And then, by the way, everybody in the DA in New York, they got that Law and Order on their phones, like bunk, bunk. That sound?
Yeah.
So while I'm sitting there waiting, I'll hear this clunk, 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 clunk.
They all think it's an original idea.
Right. So it went off, dude. I had to take the video off my phone for the DA. So they got that audio visual room where they pull images. So I forgot, I got a million things on my phone that I don't want this DA looking at. Like, not that's illegal, but it's all like just my dick. I'm measuring my dick on my girlfriend's face and just like pussies and assholes.
Yeah.
That's a photo I think most of us would like to see, though.
Yeah. It's about a face and a half, Jimmy.
Why did you want to measure your dick on your girlfriend's face?
The best place to measure a cock.
It was better than a ruler. She volunteered.
And how high? How high up did it go?
Oh, past the head. She had to get a friend
Good
to help.
for you, Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt's
well,
packing.
it doesn't
Good
help.
for you.
It doesn't fucking.
How's your ear nowadays?
100% healed.
Did he not want to pay?
I have no idea. I didn't have to deal with him. They just made him pay into something.
So there was no real lawsuit. He knew he was fucked.
Well, Modi, comic Modi, he was like, dude, you could sue, and I know this lawyer. I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go do a lawsuit.
I would have sued him just to make his life miserable because he fucking struck you.
Well, I just was over it, and I already beat his ass. And I got the money for my ear, and I didn't really want to fucking. I don't know.
The closest I ever came, I was at Zany's in Vernon Hills, Illinois. This is like 15 years ago. And some guy would not shut the fuck up. He was ossified drunk in like the fourth row. And I got off the stage and I started walking towards him. I said, something's going to happen. I said, if someone doesn't get between us, we're going to fight.
Yeah.
And, cause I was drunker than him. And, I was going to punch him in the face. And the bouncer got right in the middle of us before something happened, but it would have been a physical. That's as close as I've ever come to to get into a physical fight on the road.
What pissed you off about this?
Oh, he just wouldn't shut up. I mean, I'm up there, I'm drinking. He wouldn't shut the fuck up, yelling over punchlines and like yelling out shit and about my clothes.
That's a rough. Well, I don't mind heckling. I can take that, but people talking over
like,
you.
Yeah, and then the drunk like, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I wanted to punch him in the face.
I have some really good comebacks. So for guys talking and yelling at me like you suck, I'll be like, yeah, why don't you keep it down to a dull roar? Just
Does that usually work for you, Jimmy?
Oh yeah,
nice.
Dude, I've been with Jay, and this is funny because when me and Jay started those, we were like, we are not a good influence on each other to like, let's all just settle down. We don't do that for each other. So I've been where Jay, I remember Jay's ex-wife, like, she goes, here, talk to Jay. He'll calm me down. Jay's like, hey man, you feel like you got to do something, do something. and I followed him out because he chased some. I remember this one old black guy that was at the comic strip, like fucking with his set. Jay followed him to the fucking store to go fuck, and then the guy pussied right the fuck out, which was gratifying to watch. But we would get like, it was like being in prison, being in those fucking rooms. So at a certain point, we were like, yeah, let's go fight everybody that we're just abandoned. Like, yeah, no, you're gonna pay right now for my brief discomfort on stage.
Those black rooms are tough for white. There's a couple of white comics that do really well on them. Who's the guy? Oh, I can't remember his fucking name. Who's the white comics that work primarily the black circuit?
What are those race traders' names? Let me think.
No, but they do very well.
I honestly, the thing that was good about working those rooms was, one, it was like starting out as a female comic, basically.
You took a lot of black dick?
Yeah. No, whatever you would go through.
Joke. Thanks, sorry.
Whatever you would go through as a female.
I thought it was funny.
Do you hear that? Like, I was a female comedian. Whatever you went through, that's what I went through.
Said that.
Being the one white guy in the fucking room. They go, who's this bitch? He ain't gonna be funny. It's the same exact thing. And the crowds, what I like about them was they don't go, I'm offended. They'll just heckle you off stage, which I kind of respect more than someone going and complaining that they were offended.
I think they're great crowds because they like honesty.
That's what I like, and that's what I figured out from working them is it's really not that. I mean, there's some places you go where it's just some people hate you because you're white. Like Sweet Cheeks was one of them. But in New York, dude, I had great times in most of the black rooms I did, and they beat the bullshit. Like I used to do poetry readings before I did comedy, so they beat that bullshit right out of me. So I'm not a goddamn poetry.
Why would you do poetry readings?
Before I did comedy when I was like 18,
seriously?
I went to coffee houses so if I hadn't, if God bless black audiences,
guy when you need him?
yeah, but they just beat that.
You suck at poetry.
Yeah,
what I would
that doesn't
love.
rhyme.
I really want to
know nothing about poetry. Right?
I want to hear Kurt's poems.
They were just not even poems. It was like I was trying to be funny.
I know, but I want to.
Could you do one for us today?
I don't remember a single one of
video?
them. No, thank Jesus.
Oh, you got.
And by the way, if I did, I would sooner show you the video of me at Walmart being caught masturbating.
They all start with the word hickory.
Well, the once was a man from where?
Anyway, with all that, Artie Lange's in studio promoting Caroline. So wait, Kurt Metzger's playing Caroline's tomorrow and Friday, and then we got Artie over Caroline Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are both there this weekend.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's all right there.
It's a power weekend.
And then the Artie Quitter podcast available on artiequitter.com.
Unless you know a 7-year-old who could just steal it.
Yeah,
these kids just take. Well, these people come to me on the road and they say, "My kid stole your show from me."
Yeah.
How am I supposed to react to
Everybody's like Fagin of their little orphan thieves. Like, go pick the pockets of entertainers.
Thank you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. On some level, that's
am I supposed to thank you?
That's why, dude, when I go on Twitter, I'll have people like, I had one guy's like, how's this guy write Famous Humor? His tweets aren't good.
Yeah.
Like, they actually, in their heads, believe you're obligated to be funny on fucking free Twitter.
Well, the sketches you write for Amy Schumer could be more than 140 letters.
Well, first of all, I'm being paid handsomely for that. Like, you think I give a shit?
Yeah. Do tell.
What's handsomely? Let's hear that.
$500 a week. The most money I've ever made.
But handsomely.
Yeah. But the fucking nerve. The nerve of you to think I owe it to you to be fucking good on. So I hope it sucks for you to look at my Twitter. Unfollow me.
I follow Ignorant Nigga on Twitter. He's great.
He's terrific.
He's terrific.
I'm no ignorant nigga, I'll tell you that.
Do you know? That video is because the guy hitting the guy with the guitar. That's like the go-to thing.
Wonderful.
You know,
no, this is the new guitar.
But that is that's up there, man.
No,
that's
the guitar is better because it's a more violent act.
Dude, the guitar ultimately is better. If we didn't see the guitar video yet, and you put the two and you said pick one, the guitar would win. But that is the newness of this.
This video should have a lot more views.
I like that kick, dude. I gotta say over the honky.
Can I see the guitar
like
one again?
Man guitar.
Right. Well, you know, you got the psychotic thing of what feeds into psychosis is failure too.
Dude, you know,
that guy's drenched in failure and bitterness. I love it.
We'll tweet this again. Heckler gets smashed by a guitar.
Don't shut the fuck up. About 200 people gonna beat the living shit out of you. All right?
Is that Rodney Carrington? Who is that?
I actually don't know his name.
That's Stephen Colbert.
That's the premiere?
That's before the character.
He's getting laughs.
But this guy had it.
Really, it's enough, man.
I said, you don't have to play. Oklahoma's okay.
Oklahoma.
It's like, you know, it may not be Nirvana, man, but by God, it's okay. So if you're an Oklahoma, so get Oklahomanian.
The life of the Bob and Tom comic.
I'm guessing this is late 80s.
Oh, God, yeah. Tops, right?
Down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do it.
It's like whenever he hacked you, you know that every hack joke.
Oh, that ain't hacky, though.
No way.
Oh, that's original work. I'm the honky-tonk man with the guitar.
When he says he came at me, you saw me.
Because someone said that was on I Want My Money Back.
Did someone say that was unnecessary?
Yeah, that wasn't necessary or whatever.
Of course it wasn't.
No,
but it was
the best is
wonderful.
when
But he
goes
wound
back.
up and gave him a chance to back off because he had the guitar and I'm going to hit you
The
mode.
great thing is if you do something crazy like that, like I've done this in my life a million times, you do something so nuts and then you realize what the fuck did I just do?
Immediately.
And the consequences of it. So this guy's picturing himself in jail, getting sued, losing everything probably, and he goes, you say he came at me, right? You saw me.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Then
no.
you say something
And none
stupid.
of the video shows that, by the way. The
And
video
everyone
just
in the-
shows him attacking someone off screen.
He's clearly the aggressor.
We never see the heckler.
And everybody in the crowd goes, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I mean, you go to the slap the dick out of your mouth at work when that does it. When you're done with all those jokes,
Although
it's like,
this
I'm
is
gonna hit
the
you with a
80s,
guitar.
though. It might not have been as hacky then.
That
in the
might
late
have been the
80s.
first guy to say that. You know what I just realized, by the way? Ignorant Nigga did to Jay the old Don Rickles fucking
Sinatra story, yeah. He had him thrown out. Can't you see I'm with people? No, when Jay, we were out, when me and Jay worked a gig together in Pittsburgh about 6 months ago, and he told me that story. We were eating lunch, and I laughed at it. And then when I heard the end, I was like, wow, now I love Ignorant Nigga. Because he just fucked me. He said, you let this guy go.
No, Jay. You know, Jay really can tell a story, and he's dressing up. Like, Ignorant Nigga was such a dork, and the crowd wasn't having him or enjoying him.
Right.
Like, he didn't hang out in
Whatever
that
happened to him? Is he still doing it, you think?
You can only hope.
You know, I think
He
he
has
went
a tinfoil hat on.
I think he went to grad school, and he's no longer
He went to grad school.
Yes.
He can't use the name anymore.
He changed it to educated.
I'm changing my last name, too.
He changed it to Fancy. Fancy College.
Wait, that's not your name. Hoity-toity what?
So, Artie, what's been going on with you, buddy? It's been a while.
Working,
Just
traveling.
working and
Yeah,
podcasting.
a lot of
and-
traveling.
Yeah. I got to say, Eric E-Rock, one of the guys that works for us, he turned me on to a podcast you did with Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
I think we ended up playing it on this channel. It was so
Yeah.
damn good. But people got to search out Artie on Gilbert's podcast.
Well, that was my podcast, and then
Was it yours?
Yeah, and then he rebroadcast it on
Oh,
his.
is that how
we
it
just
works?
did it? We just did. He came to my apartment, and we did a show.
Oh, okay,
And then
so
I
there's-
aired it, and then he aired it.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
you got to go to artiequitter.com and at least get that one.
Yeah, well,
You guys were making fun of Tracy Morgan. I'm like, holy
Well, it was right
fuck.
after that. It was right after
No,
that.
it was great.
That
Don't get me
move-
wrong,
That
but-
move, that great ghetto move, Tracy, man. And again, God bless him. Not going to that SNL thing.
Yeah.
Because the lawyer probably said, look, if you don't go to this, we're gonna get another $100 million.
Yeah.
You know he could have gone to that. Like he couldn't put a tux on. And he had on tape Alec Baldwin and Tina Fey, America's Sweethearts, going, we feel so bad mentally he's not ready. Would have been his like Oscars, and not gonna. What a great move! So we were just goofing on that.
It was unbelievable how edgy and funny it was at the same fucking time. Really, go to artiequitter.com and search that out. It's an amazing lesson. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
And you guys are laughing. I've never heard two people laugh so hard in my life.
Well, he could get you in trouble, man. Well, I can get you in trouble too with stuff you say. Because I mean, if you just looked at that manuscript, we should be working construction. There's no way to be working.
Oh yeah, but you guys absolutely made it funny, man.
Yeah.
And rumor has it that Tracy got like $90 million.
Yeah,
that's
according to David Wayne.
Yeah. All I know is Artie Fuqua. I went up to Artie. He's got 4 cars. Have you seen Fuqua lately?
I saw him at the Trainwreck premiere, and he was bragging about his new car, showing everybody.
He's got like 8 Range Rovers.
Like an alley or in cherry red or something. He was showing us.
I said I heard the first thing I said to him is I heard Tracy Morgan pays $20 million to open for him.
He's very happy with his new ride. Though.
Listen,
he says no one will drive with him in his family, though.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, good idea.
He's still he looked great, though. Jesus.
Yeah, he looks a lot better, dude.
He looks great.
He looks awesome. And it's great. He's so full of life, and he's here.
We all love him.
Those assholes from Walmart, did you see their defense was that like they weren't wearing their seatbelts, so Walmart's not responsible for that shit.
Well, that went away, though. I think that when that made the paper, that's just typical lawyer stuff. That's just to like
try and knock down the number
I say
a little
low.
bit. Yeah.
But I think when that made the paper and Walmart started looking bad, I think that's when Walmart just went, just settle it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but again, going back to that SNL thing, he got not only he doesn't go to that night where he would have been hailed. He was on that show for fucking 13 years, and clearly he could have made it there. And then, I mean, just for a lawyer, for Walmart's lawyers to see that tape of Alec Baldwin, like almost like he died. Yeah. Tina Fey's going like, "Oh, so sad. Our friend Tracy can't make it. He would have loved it. He's not mentally ready." It's like, how fast did he talk? What do you want?
You think the Walmart lawyers were pulling their hair out as they're seeing that?
Like sweating. Like, what's the fucking number? Right. We'll just write a check right now. Tell Tina Fey to stop crying. Someone call Alec Baldwin and Tina Fey. Tell him to back the fuck up.
A brilliant move.
Yeah.
It is. No, that's a a ghetto move, man. I'm going to fucking from here.
I look forward to seeing Tracy again.
Yeah, now he's going to host the show, right?
Yeah, first or second one in.
I think Amy's hosting.
Amy's got season premiere.
Is she doing the first one?
I'm not sure. There's three heavy hitters to start off. Tracy Morgan, Amy Schumer, and
I forget who the other person is.
I think the other one you're thinking of is the first one, and then Amy's second, I think.
Yeah, who's the first?
Tracy might
the
be
first
third.
was a big one too.
Oh, it's
now I just need a no.
Brian Dennehy.
That's Kim Davis, you mean man.
No, educated Nick.
Oh, Miley, right. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus.
Formerly Ignorance is showing up.
Miley Cyrus. Hey, are you following the Tom Brady, the Patriots, and more cheating?
I mean, they could just get away. I mean, at this point, Goodell just works for Kraft. He's just his bitch. As a Giant fan, it just really pisses me off.
It drives you nuts, huh?
It does, sure.
Did you see Brady's father calling into that sports show?
No, what happened
and just trashing Goodell? You didn't?
It did?
Yeah, that was all over the place yesterday.
What do you want Goodell to fucking do? I mean, every single guy who played in the NFL said that, even friends of Tom Brady said, there's no way Brady doesn't know about it. He clearly broke a rule. So Goodell has to fucking do something. He's the commissioner of the league. Yeah. You got to punish a guy. And they're mad at that?
Yeah, but isn't like a Boston jerk-off thing to not give a shit and like, go Pats?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, I would do the same
Boston fucking jag-off.
I'd look the other way. But if Derek Jeter fucking raped the kid, I wouldn't report it.
Wow.
They're now saying, though, they gave Brady in the 4 games because they were light on the Spygate thing. That's coming out now.
The bigger I want to know what happened with
you hear about them sneaking into the locker room and taking the play sheets and stuff?
Really? I'm so glad
Hilarious
you brought that up, because the Spygate thing makes this look like nothing.
Of course.
It's almost like everyone talked about Watergate. Like the Reagan-Iran-Contra thing was like selling arms. Watergate was like a college prank. And this is the Spygate shit is insane. They had cameras at practices. Yeah. They knew the fucking plays before the game started.
I got to ask you this. Don't you think a lot of the teams do that exact same shit? They just never got caught.
One got caught, though.
I know. You got to make sure you don't get caught.
Nixon got caught.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Sometimes you get caught.
But that was Nixon's, by the way.
And he reacted the wrong way when he got caught.
He goes, I didn't do anything that Kennedy didn't do, and JFK did all that same shit that he did.
I'll tell you what he did. He put the top up. That's what he did.
But yeah, the Patriots, I mean, you could say that all 4 of those rings are tainted, but who gives a shit? I mean, some people are just winners. Like, I don't know if, Jimmy Norton is one
Freddie
of them.
Correa, who kicked that fucking guy.
Oh, yeah,
he's a winner.
I mean, Brady's going to come out on top in every situation.
I guess they would go to the hotel rooms and try to find stuff. And
yeah, they stole shit.
Tom Brady's still a hero.
Yeah.
And then the first 20 plays or something would be written down, and they would go into the other team's locker room and grab that shit.
Do you imagine you have the best personnel on the planet? You got the best players, and you know the plays. Why even play the game?
That was the plot.
If bookies knew about
that's
that,
the shit.
I'm trying to find the story.
That's from the Water. Remember the Water Boy, that Sandler movie where somebody had stolen Henry Winkler's playbook?
It's the exact same thing.
That is real life.
Yeah, it's the exact.
Going through the dumpsters, I think.
The exact plot is the Water Boy. Yeah, if bookies knew about that, there'd be no line on the game. They'd have to go, look, it's off the we can't put a line on it. They know the plays. And they're the Patriots.
Oh, my God. Okay, so let me read some of these things. This just came out. Patriots, obviously, this one we all know, videotaped coaches' defensive signals in 40 games, not the 6 announced by NFL's Roger Goodell. Patriots staffers shooting video of opponent signals dressed to look like members of the media in order to avoid detection from
like an evil organization.
So they were dressed like the media.
Did they have wardrobe fittings? Like, how far did they go with this? Like, okay, you got to get fitted for your costume.
What do the ESPN guys wear? We gotta wear that shit.
Think about that premeditated. Like,
this is the best one. This is the one I just told you. A low-level Patriots employee would sneak into visiting locker rooms and steal the play sheets, detailing opponents' first 20 plays on offense.
Low level. That low level. You know what's amazing is it's all about respect. Like, Brady is so respected in that organization. The difference between the Jets and the Patriots. The Jets' starting quarterback got punched in the face by a special teams guy.
Right. Yeah.
Could you imagine any other starting quarterback? I mean, I don't know if you've ever played football, but you're not allowed. Like, the starting quarterback is God.
Yeah.
You can't touch him.
Untouchable.
A guy who almost didn't make the team punched the Jets' starting quarterback in the face.
Because Gino said, what are you going to do about it? Because he owed him, how much? It was like $100 or $200?
$600.
$600.
These guys almost went to jail for Brady.
This guy went to Gino like, you owe me $600. And Gino basically is a bit cocky, people are saying, and said, look, what are you going to do about it? And the guy goes, well, this is what I do about it. He broke his jaw.
I give you a nice Freddie Correo.
I think the Bills released that guy, too, because then Rex Ryan says, hey, this guy's for us.
And then
I think the Bills released him.
He's nuts.
But let me continue. So then other team employees would rummage through the opponent's hotel rooms to obtain playbooks and scouting reports.
Wow.
And this is my favorite. The Patriots scrambled and jammed opponents' coach-to-quarterback radio frequencies at key times in the game.
Man.
Is that what do you mean? To keep him from being spied on? Or to fuck up there?
They couldn't communicate.
They couldn't communicate.
No,
So
the
that's
Patriots would do
unbelievable.
that. Yeah.
and I think that's it.
That's legitimately cheating.
And Belichick, there was a scene where Parcells went up to Belichick like he knew what he did. You know, at the end, he goes, I know what you did to us. And it was almost like, okay, you win this one, but you can't do it again. And look, as a Giant fan, it makes those 2 Super Bowls even more satisfying because they fucking beat them. Fuck. I mean, with all that shit, they beat them.
It was a real bad news Bears shit.
Oh, the Bills signed him back to the practice squad. Okay, the guy that broke Geno Smith's jaw.
Why as a football coach?
Why does he need to break his jaw better? Come on. He's got it down.
But that just shows the Jets are just, they're in disarray, man. You can't punch the fucking. Tom Brady owes you $600. You know what? You eat the money.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
You don't go up to him and say, "Hey, man, you owe me $600."
Yeah, you ask somebody, "Could you talk to Tom for me?"
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Tom?
I think punching his sweet face and send him home to Giselle.
Yeah.
With a fucking basketball.
Aaron Hernandez. That's who you asked to talk to him.
After they lost to the Giants in Indianapolis when Giselle Bundchen was, they caught her on tape going, my husband, she's pissed at the players.
That's a great video.
My husband cannot throw and catch the ball.
They're walking to the elevator. Can you find that? She knows how to stick up for Tom. You remember this video, Jimmy?
I do, yes.
My husband cannot throw and catch the ball at the same time.
She's just trashing the whole team.
Shut the fuck up, you whore.
Where is
Get
it?
me in Dutch with the guys, you pig.
Yeah. Here it is. It's obviously old, but fuck it, worth playing again today. We got to get through a quick advertisement here. But
you guys are talking about that ref thing, right?
Probably. Oh, man. What do you got on that?
I mean, I would just put those kids in jail for life right now. But they're bad kids.
What?
But did you hear the assistant coach?
The football thing.
The assistant coach possibly said, hey, let's get the ref back.
Right. But I mean,
there's something going on with the assistant coach.
Wait, what happened to the ref?
They tackled
You didn't see this video yet?
No, I don't know about sports at all.
They tackled him.
Yeah, but
it's a bigger issue than sports.
Yeah.
Well, the refs get attacked. I did happen to watch a thing about how much refs get attacked. This one guy bashed a ref with his helmet because he didn't like a call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
that's fair.
The guy's got permanent fucking damage.
Was it a bad call?
Not even. It was like a fair call, and this dude just
Well,
backed him.
let's show Kurt this video. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's more than
they
just a sports
tackled the
story.
referee.
So basically, he blindsides the ref from the backfield,
And then the guy hits him with
and
it.
then the other guy, as the ref's on the ground hurting,
Watch his hat
lays
just
into
stay
him
in
with
one
his
place.
helmet.
Why did he do that?
Oh, I love
Well,
hats.
that's the story. So it's
trying to figure it out.
It's one
yeah.
black player, one white player. They're saying the assistant coach said to get some retaliation for maybe a bad call or something. But now the players are saying that the ref said something racist.
It doesn't matter. You still can't do that. It's nice to see Ebony and Ivory working together,
it really
side by
is.
side.
And the ref is also the sheriff, the local sheriff.
And I mean,
when he's
knowing-
not a ref.
Knowing that, too.
Black Lives Matter, pig.
These kids are psychotic.
I don't know, but
Wow,
that
look at
story's
that.
growing though.
So what happened to the ref? Is he all fucked up, or is he?
First of all, it wasn't even a good hit.
He'll
He's
be
all right. The second kid with the spear,
The helmet.
that could really
helmet first.
Yeah, they say that they tackled the referee. The referee.
I mean, it looks pretty deliberate, though.
Oh, you think?
There's no doubt about that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just that new player. With
Are you the new ESPN analyst?
Hold on a second. Let me watch this again. Kurt may have a point.
I think
You know what? I think you're right, Kurt.
and I think that comedian kicked that guy.
Yeah.
Can I see that again?
What
Yeah,
makes
that
you
was-
think
I'll
it's
tell you what
deliberate?
happened. I don't buy his story that he thought a zebra had entered the field and had to get him off.
A wild animal.
What's your take on this, Artie?
I think these two kids are really. I think they should be dealt with in a serious way. I think I'd bring up charges.
They're suspended right now.
I'd arrest them.
Did you remember
Yeah.
when Sports Illustrated, you get the video of like with the football phone, and you would get the video of greatest NFL hits?
For what, the sport? What do you mean?
When you would subscribe to Sports Illustrated, they
Oh,
have a
Sports
videotape,
Illustrated, yeah.
and it was just like hits, like greatest NFL hits of all time.
Right.
And meanwhile, like now, you realize like that was a tape of watching men just get brain damage, like horrible brain damage.
It's the most. When's the last time? Was the last time you were? If you ever did,
Detached retinas.
The third row, sit in the third row of an NFL game and watch those hits. I was there, and me and Nick went in Indianapolis when we worked for DirecTV. We watched the Giants and the Pats. We were in the third row on a 30-yard line, and a guy would, every hit, I'd go, well, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't believe how hard they are. And they get up and they're fine. You know?
Isn't a big part of it not lowering your helmet? Like if you don't lower the helmet,
Well,
it's
they
not
made
as
a rule.
dangerous.
They made a rule against that.
Yeah.
But in the 70s, there were guys like Jack Tatum on the Raiders.
Sure.
All they did was look for guys to
hurt.
They wanted to hurt them. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to sit close when I was living in Buffalo for those Bills games.
Yeah.
It's disturbing when you sit that close to
some-
see these guys running full speed at each other. And the
Yeah.
hits,
And
it's
look,
so
I mean,
violent.
As an, you know,
And they get
America
up like
loves
it's
that.
nothing.
Right. It looks like the guy dies every time. If you see it in person.
Why is I've seen so many things like just fights in the street where I'm like, oh, that guy's dead, and he just jumps up fine, and then you hear about somebody just hit their head one time and then they die.
Right.
Yeah,
The guy goes to answer the phone and he slips on a banana peel and he falls down an elevator shaft. And you're like, oh,
Right.
you hear about
Nerds. I knew you were going nerds.
He does have a lot going on.
One tinfoil hatted gentleman kicked one time.
We have to take a break just for live read purposes, but did you stay in, Artie?
Yeah,
For a
sure.
little
I
longer?
apologize for being late. It was crazy traffic, but thanks.
It's all good. Artie Lange is going to be at Caroline Saturday night, 8 o'clock and 10:30, and Kurt's going to be there tomorrow and Friday. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Between you two.
one show
a lot of good comedy.
tomorrow, 7:30, 9:30 on Friday.
Tickets 212-757-4100. Jimmy's going to be
Caroline's next week.
Yes.
And then I got a bunch of Detroit and Minneapolis, I think, coming up, and just a bunch of stuff.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, I like to zip over to the Midwest and do my joke Detroit. Boy, what do you guys been up
Well,
to?
they call it flyover country, but I call it stay a while country because it's really wonderful.
I know from your lips to God's ears, you joke, but I think Kurt's right. That was not.
I will
that was
say
not
this.
an accident.
I will say this about. I'll say
God
this about
bless us.
no one does the road better than Norton, man. We were in Tampa for I think 8 hours. You were in Tampa for 8 hours the last time. You get right the fuck out of
You
there.
bet I do. I actually leave my luggage at the airport.
How we do gigs? I see him at it's 12:30 at night. I go, what do you want? You want to get lunch tomorrow? He goes, I got a flight in 2 hours.
They like the first flight out.
Yes, I do.
Well, when
It's
you
tough to travel with Jim Norton and Kenny because they want out early.
Believe me,
right
that's
the
why
fuck
I
out.
got my nickname in high school.
Yeah.
It was faggot.
With Opie and Jim after this.
Space Hog in the meantime. Nice. Artie Lange in studio today playing Caroline's Saturday night. 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. And the Artie Quitter podcast available on artiequitter.com. I got an update on that band that did the penis formation.
What happened?
You didn't see this video either?
No.
So, show Artie the video really, really fast, and then I got the update.
Just nonstop.
You know, the marching band, and, you know, they have their formation, so...
And they did this on purpose.
Starship Enterprise has encountered a horrible space creature.
So...
They put the dick in the mouth of another team's mascot. Like,
so they did it on purpose.
Oh,
It didn't
yeah.
just look like it.
But they're trying to make it look like it wasn't a penis, but now it's coming out. It absolutely was a penis.
You know, it's funny.
And going into the mouth of the opposing.
You know the ironic thing is,
their
like,
main rivalry, which they weren't playing, by the way, in this game.
Times are so politically correct that the politically incorrect stuff's going to get way harsher because it's like a reaction to things, like it's a rebellious thing. So like stuff that would never happen in the 70s or 80s is happening now because people get so fed up.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious. But the Kansas State fined $5,000,
right? Of course.
And the director of the band is suspended for 1 game over the penis formation.
I mean, when you think about the planning it takes, it's not a spontaneous thing. That's really
well done.
Yeah,
but they were trying to be clever. So, you know, they're like, look, we're going to make a penis, but maybe we can make it look like it's not a penis, and we can get our point across here.
And it goes into the mouth of...
I like he says going into the mouth of a space creature.
A space creature. There's another video out there where they cut it up so the penis just goes in and out of the mouth over and over again. If you can find that, Adrian.
Space creature.
A space creature.
That's the announcer trying to...
Yeah.
An enormous cock is fucking the face of the other team.
Some of those formations, very impressive.
Listen, I mean,
extremely impressive.
To get 80 nerds to form a cock is pretty
that's pretty impressive.
You had to tell him what a pussy looked like, though, to get that formation right.
Hey, where you at with Trump and the whole political process?
I mean, it's the most entertaining thing ever.
It's amazing,
as a comedian, I'm on the campaign trail for him. Listen, man, this whole silent majority thing, it's clear what that is, you know, and he's going to get this Black Lives Matter and all this bullshit, this racial stuff, the stuff that's out of hand, that really is wrong, is going to get him elected. Like, people are going to go out and vote for him because, you know, and he just sounds like a drunk guy.
When he announced we had his son on and I just looked, and you know, Donald Trump Jr. comes in here. We like him. We're friends with him. I'm like, it's fun, but your father doesn't have a shot. Now, fast forward 2 or 3 months, I'm like, wait a minute, I think this fucking guy's got an actual shot now.
Did you guys watch any of Colbert last night? Did you see any of it?
Okay. It's the debut of the Colbert show.
We had Jeb Bush on.
That guy's got charisma.
Well, listen.
You mean the low energy?
I don't know the low energy guy.
It's one of the funniest things I've heard in years.
It's just really.
How do you defend against that?
You don't. You can't. That's the problem. So I don't know what idiot told Jeb Bush to do that fucking show, but he looked so retarded.
Did he look bad?
Yeah. I mean, and he clearly left mad. There was a weird edit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Colbert, to me, was still doing that character he did, goofing on him.
Supposedly he said he's not doing that character anymore, but everyone is telling me today is mostly that character. Well, Travis was telling me, right? He's still
it seems like it.
Yeah.
Who was the first guest?
George Clooney.
He had him as the second guest?
Then Bush couldn't even,
Well, why would Bush accept that? Like, you're going...
It made no sense. You're right. It wasn't presidential at all.
He should be the lead guest on that fucking show.
You might be president. The guy from Ocean's 11 is before you. You know, the guy from the Peacemaker.
Yeah, you're right.
This guy might be fucking president, for Christ's sake. You're right, Jim. I'd fire the guy who let him do that.
Trump calling him a low energy person, though, and then you see Jeb, he's trying to get his energy up, but it's not working.
Right. Of course. Well, the funniest thing last night was Colbert said, you know, your slogan is Jeb with an exclamation mark. Jeb, you know.
Yeah.
And clearly goofing on him. And Bush didn't know. That seemed like an ambush because he didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
And he said to him, why did you pick that? And Bush's answer made him look like such a dull robot.
Yeah.
He said, well, because it connotes energy. The whole place just laughed at him because it sounds like a PR guy going, listen, this connotes energy.
Yeah.
And he's just spitting it out like a parrot.
Can we see this? Is this clip worth? Let's play a little of this from last night.
He should drop out of the race.
A little raffle, raising money for your campaign, a $3 donation, and people get a chance to be a guest here at the show, to watch you on the show tonight. In response, we did a raffle that someone could come to the show tonight, and I would ask one of their questions of you, okay?
Yeah.
So the guy who won our raffle is named Lee Gregory, and altogether we raised $183,000 for the Yellow Ribbon Fund, which is for the families of veterans.
See, you know what? This wasn't on the show last night.
Oh, really?
This wasn't that. They might have cut this out.
Oh, they're calling it a bonus clip.
Yeah.
Oh, some clever marketing.
That's the way to get online views.
Pushing social media.
I gotta say, I don't know. I mean, listen, Colbert's clearly a smart, funny guy. I mean, but the George Clooney interview was disgustingly like self-indulgent and boring, and this was, I don't know, it wasn't entertaining, but he did a whole Trump bashing thing, of course, you know. I mean, it's going to win every award. It's like that liberal Hollywood thing they love, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to beat Fallon, but you know, he'll probably be around a long time.
Well, what happened with the clip? I wanted to know what the question was.
We got to watch the bonus clip.
It might have been an insulting question.
I hope not.
Let's see.
That doesn't seem fair.
And here's his question. Here we go. President Obama has said that the greatest frustration of his presidency is the lack of movement on gun control legislation. Most of the country favors a system of prudent checks. Even so, a well-organized minority has stymied all progress, and almost weekly we see the deadly consequences. How do you square this with real democracy, and what are you prepared to do about it?
So in Florida, where I was governor, we have a requirement of background checks, a 72-hour waiting period. People, we're not violating any Second Amendment rights. In fact, Florida would be considered a Second Amendment pro-gun state. Gun violence is way down, but we have simple checks to make sure that people that aren't criminals are not accessing guns. And I think the next step is to figure out ways to make sure that we can we know if people have mental health issues, which is really the common denominator of a lot of these violent, tragic cases, where people aren't getting access to mental health, and we don't even know if they have real issues.
And if mental health checks are opposed by the NRA, how do you fight back?
I think you do it at the state-by-state level. This is the greatness of our country, is that, tell you what, Vermont's a lot different. Vermont actually is the most pro-gun state probably in the country, believe it or not, but New York City's a lot different than rural Florida and vice versa. So why would you want to impose national gun laws on top of every circumstance of this country?
Well, the right to...
We just picked them.
That's the bonus clip.
Well, that's the way you get things viral.
That's the bonus clip.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Artie.
No, that was, I mean, again, that wasn't on last night for a reason.
I mean, it's labeled the bonus clip. You'd think it would be pretty spectacular.
It's just boring.
It was boring and mundane, is my point.
The whole thing was, when he asked him about his brother, and he doesn't know how to answer it. He just,
It seems like he just doesn't want to be running for the presidency, right?
And he's reacting to everything Trump says. Like, Trump brought up the mental health thing with guns, and now that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then the anchor baby thing, he repeats everything Trump says.
Trump's gotten into everyone's heads.
Yeah, he has.
And they just don't know how to handle it.
Do you
they've
think
never
he's
seen a guy like
You think
this.
he's going to win?
No, he's not.
I don't think in the end he wins, but he's got more of a shot than he had 2-3 months ago.
What about the Republican candidacy? Does he win that?
No, I don't know. They might put somebody a little more. Something might happen which just takes him out.
But who?
He might have one.
Yeah, who's it going to be? Ben Carson? You know, clearly the Democrats begged Joe Biden to run because Hillary's going down in flames. So
and Biden obviously is going to enter the race.
She does. I mean, she's awful.
Who do you like? Does anybody like any of the candidates at all? Is there anybody that you like?
I'm a big Marco Rubio guy because I just think the fact that these baby killers should be punished.
Dude, he might sneak in though. Someone's going to. It's going to be another guy. It's going to be another.
Dude, I really want to name something after Rubio, how they did with Santorum. Some awful, some either sex act or whatever rape baby he wants you to have.
Yeah.
What a sack of shit. That stupid parted hair he has.
He's the worst.
So I think America is the most wonderful something and family and something. They all say, that's what was great about Trump. I mean, he sucks, but I just like him not saying that shit. You know,
he's not saying that same garbage.
It's unbelievable, man.
America.
I mean, he does say "Make America Great Again,"
but who
it's-
stands out besides Trump?
Can I know, that's the
you
problem.
get Trump out of the race, then who stands out?
Who's the other guy? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm probably
I think
wrong.
Biden. I think Biden has a really good shot now, and he's obviously going to enter the race. It's just he's just timing it perfectly.
They have to. They have nobody else. They're probably begging him to
I
do
actually
it.
do like him too, Joe Biden. That
And he's got
wacky
the
ass
sentimental
motherfucker.
shit, you know. And
Buy a shotgun. That guy. He's great.
I like him too.
Just buy a
He's got
shotgun.
he's got like a frat guy attitude. Too.
He's
kind of fun.
He's got those hair plugs too.
Right.
If
He is old. He might be too old.
If he had 2 terms, at the end he'd be like 88.
Wow.
Oh my God, how old is he?
He's like 73.
Oh, that's a bit old.
Yeah, he's old. He's
gotta
older
be.
than Reagan was when he went in.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to Joe on Long Island. We got Artie Lange and Kurt Metzger in studio. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Joe.
Speaking, I know you guys are talking about that those football players that hit that the poor ref blindsided him. But speaking of horrible people, I don't know if you saw that that story about that Hungarian reporter.
Oh yes,
tripping and pushing the refugees.
I only
right?
saw her trip the one guy carrying a kid.
Oh my God!
Wait,
really?
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
Yes.
What happened?
You haven't seen this yet? This is making the rounds today too.
Where am I looking?
And we
Over
tweet all the videos we see on the show, so just follow us on Twitter, Opie and Jimmy. Here it is.
Watch her foot go out, this cunt.
Oh my God!
Why would you do that?
I think.
Why wouldn't you? As a guy with a kid, you got to step him.
He's holding a squishy little airbag. Oh man!
I think she did that so she could get some good footage. She's got the camera.
Or she was trying to stop him for the police or
I
something.
think what I read, she's against this whole thing as well. So
Against what? Immigration or
she's anti what they are doing.
the who? What who's doing though?
The immigrants, I guess.
The immigrants.
Oh, coming into her country?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's her stance. That's her stance.
All right.
Yes.
With the left foot way out. What do you
That
think
is
of this, Joe?
Funny, man.
Yeah, that's actually what I heard too. That this woman actually is pretty well known about having a really strong anti-immigration stance.
Right.
Oh.
So she was kind of like, and I think whoever said that she was stopping them for the police, that's what she was doing. But then there's like another video where she's kicking a kid too.
I didn't see that.
It's almost everything you could think of, like a cliche. Like,
Yeah.
all right, like just punch a baby in the face. I don't know what else you can do.
What is she, Bill the Butcher?
Oh my God! She just kicked that little kid.
What a psycho.
Go back to Ireland with your
Watch
Roman potpourri.
Right here. Kicks her in the shin. God.
She's a horrible cunt.
It's unreal.
Watch the shin kick right
By the
there.
way,
She kicked one boy, she kicked the boy, and then kicked the girl.
listen, do you know the people that are mad about the immigration too? If the jobs that are endangered, you know who gets fucked is high school dropouts. That's whose jobs are endangered.
Right.
So the people that are mad about it, they're literally just mad. They're like, America's going to be not white enough. That's what they're mad about. That's what that shit is. They're going to make our country too not.
Yeah.
Well, go fuck yourselves with that. It's just fucking racist. I don't even see what the fucking problem is. You
Yeah.
could easily crack down if you wanted to by going to the companies that are hiring people and going, let's see
Right.
everyone's papers.
Sure.
They're not going to do that. Like, I don't even know what a wall would fucking do.
There's a lot of people saying Biden would only be in office for one term.
That's what he says. But then again, what's the use? What
right.
do we need? Another lame duck?
So we got 4 years to hope Marco Rubio gets AIDS like he deserves, and then we get to some
It
new
is a
round of people.
pathetic fucking group of people, man.
They have a shit group.
Yeah, they do.
Obama could win. By the way, when he said that he could win a third term if that was allowed, of course he could. Who the fuck is as likable as Obama running?
At this point, yeah. I know, but like the last election, he was, went the Santorum, was on the cover of the New York Times with his thumb up, and he looked like just the biggest goof in the world.
Yeah.
And that same week, Obama was singing with Mick Jagger at the White House. Who are you voting for? Fuck every issue. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Obama's not even that great, but they were so against it. It's like the people against him is nothing he could have done except go, I admit it, I'm African.
Yeah,
and I would like to give a white man the job. Like, that's all he could have done.
Now he's just he's getting loose with the things he's doing.
I know.
Now he's eating salmon with Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Bear.
Is he really?
There's a video of him watching Two Girls, One Cup. It's really amazing.
He's got his reaction. His reaction to Two Girls, One Cup is making the rounds on.
I hope he
great.
makes a Supreme Court rule, like he just orders the Supreme Court to order those people in Kentucky to get gay marriage. Like,
Yeah.
never mind approving of other people. Like, you have to divorce your hetero spouse and find a gay
body by the end of the week.
Yes, he must be endowed and unclipped.
Thanks, Joe. It's Obama eating salmon that a bear was chewing on. So a bear's chewing on salmon and left it behind.
When
and
will
then
the attacks
Bear
against
Grylls
Michelle
and
Obama stop?
Yeah, so he's starting to lose it maybe a little bit. I like that.
You might be right.
He could start getting a little crazy.
Bear Grylls. Do you watch Bear Grylls?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's everything he eats, it's like he finds a new way to make it look like a dick is coming all over his face. He's like, he bites into it and lets the juice, and then he always. I swear to God, dude, I'm watching. He was eating a heart out of a sheep to teach you how to survive in Ireland. I'm not shitting you. It's to survive in Ireland.
In case you need to survive in Ireland.
It's very warm and salty. Shit's just running down. Like, dude, every single time he goes, oh my God. It just runs down his lips.
My favorite part about that show is when he has to figure out where to sleep. So he's always got to build some sort of structure to protect him from the insects. I'm going to build a simple A-frame cot out of bamboo. A simple A-frame.
I used to say
bugs that bug him. The bugs.
You can't sleep on the floor of the jungle because they all come get you.
Yeah,
So
you'll just be devoured in the night.
Would you get bitten up? Would you get gobbled up by bugs if you slept in the jungle?
Dude, Karen, my girlfriend was just down there in Brazil, and there's it's literally just filled with shit that just eats you at every level of nature.
Right.
There's even plants you can't. Like, she was in the Amazon River a little bit, and people talk about piranhas. It's not that. There's plants that you just touch a corner of them, and you're like cut up and poisoned, and it's a deadly jungle. Never mind the sex offenders that are just roaming around.
Oh, there are a lot of them.
By the way, whatever people describe college campuses as like predatory, Brazil is what they imagine. That's what Brazil.
Mars,
don't even talk to a man down there.
Our own Mars was in Brazil recently, and he was talking about it.
Dude, these two guys, I have a picture of them because she was like some family she taught English to paid for her to come down, and she was in a pretty safe thing, but even that was like terrifying. These two guys were trying to draw her out on this boat. She was on this big tour. They're like, "Are you traveling alone? Do you speak Portuguese?"
That's scary, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have Liam Neeson skills to go get her.
Is she back now?
Yeah, but I mean, she's on a Race Wars tonight to talk about these animals.
Liam Neeson, every movie Liam Neeson makes now, he makes a list of why he's a bad person, but he can do the one thing. I'm not a good person. I was a bad cop. I beat my wife. I cheated on my children. But I didn't hijack this plane. And with your help, I can save this plane. Listen, you're going to read a lot about me in the next 1 hour on the internet.
Dude, I can't.
I'm not a good person.
I can't pay
I'm not
you.
a good person. I raped a child once. I punched a nun in the face.
I can't put beer bottles on my hands and fight a wolf.
I used the N-word once. But I didn't hijack this train.
I haven't really mastered an American accent ever.
There's no way. I didn't kidnap this child.
Dude, do you ever see him on A-Team? Just him doing Americans, the funny. It's like, let my team handle it one time.
Every single movie is the same script now. He's an anti-hero who's a loser, an alcoholic, but he can do one thing that'll save the world. And at some point in the first act of the movie, he lists all of his shitty, sure, I beat up my wife, that's fine. I ran guns to Cuba. Sure, you're going to read that. That's true.
I molested several children in secret over a long period of time.
I'm a heroin addict. I've smoked crack. I've sold crack to children.
Yeah, walk among the tombstones. He does that, right?
He does the whole thing, and then he goes, but I'm your father. And I'm going to save you.
And then he kills a guy who looks like me.
I didn't sodomize your wife. That's bullshit.
I'm not a good person. I love that.
Sure, I had a few drinks at Christmas. What the hell? Kill me.
I didn't hijack this train.
I didn't hijack this train.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
That's the best
Taking
thing
phone
ever.
speech. Let's try. I got to hear this now.
I don't know who you are.
Who you are?
I don't know what you want.
I have skills.
If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have.
What I do have.
A very particular set of skills.
I've never made money in my life.
I suck at the stock market.
I've never been employable.
I have a drug habit, so I don't save.
And I made a list once that I regret.
I tripped refugees in Syria. I blindsided the referee during a high school game. You're going to see all of that.
I won't let the fags get married.
It's all going to come out.
I tweeted some very questionable things about a black woman.
I refuse to give gays a marriage license. Sure, you're going to see all that.
Like what I can do.
But I didn't invent AIDS.
Yes.
You're going to hear about that.
If you watch those things with real, like, Navy SEALs or people that are, like, trained special ops killers, that shit of he's retired, if you don't practice that shit every day, you lose those skills immediately. Like, there's no such thing as the guy.
So he welcomed this. He was like, you kidnapped my daughter.
I have a very particular set of skills I haven't practiced for years.
Let me list them for you.
Yes.
This is what I can do.
Punching.
I've never made money in my life. I never supported a child.
I'm a good organizer.
I gave up a child.
I'm not much for hygiene.
Yes, but I'm on time. I'm punctual. I have good penmanship.
But I'm very punctual.
I have a great attitude, and I'm willing to work if you just give me a chance.
Sure, if you Google asshole, my face comes up.
But I'm hygienic.
Sure, I mispronounced ignorant nigga's name when I was a comedian. I swear he told me that was his name. But I didn't kidnap your kid. I have skills. I can. I know. The Russian guy goes, why don't you use those skills to make some fucking money?
Top 10 Liam Neeson performances.
He is distinguished by his gruff one, the Alistair Little.
I made a list.
It's a list.
No,
I made a list once.
Yes, I made a list once, and I regret it terribly. It was too long.
This could have been another person.
Yes.
This ring was two more people.
I should have kept the diamonds.
But I make great listicles on Gawker.
Sure, I was pro-Holocaust. You're going to read all of that. Some of you are reading it right now on your iPad. Okay, fine.
I said the Jews are responsible for all the wars.
Yes, I did plant a tree of righteousness. I wish I hadn't.
Sure, I co-produced Mel Gibson's last movie. Right.
Well, I also co-produced his answering machine tapes.
Yes.
I used a private server for email. Sure.
Yes. I kissed a 4-year-old Jewish girl at my birthday party.
Did I insult Megyn Kelly? Yes, of course I did.
I told the Benghazi.
You're going to read all this.
You're going to read all of this, I'm sure.
I was the fast food spokesman who molested children.
Benghazi called me for help, and I said, praise Allah, burn in hell.
Can I honestly say I've never fucked a child? No. But what I can do is save all of your lives. I can cure cancer with a pencil.
But damn it, you've got to trust me.
If you give me your iPhone, I can save this plane. All I need is an iPhone. Yes. If I download 2 apps, I can save this plane.
Did I shoot an unarmed black man? Several times.
He just did everything wrong, except he could save you all right now.
But he's got that one special skill. Oh, that's
I flew to Africa to kill the last named lion.
I paid $50,000 to kill a cheetah. But I'm telling you right now, I'm your only hope.
I pretended I was black to run the Spokane chapter of the Diblensies.
I got it. We get it.
Oh, sure. I've done it all.
Yes.
I'm an alcoholic. I do cocaine.
Yeah. You want to see Obama eating salmon before we get out of here?
I love it, yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
What is that supposed to mean?
I've eaten salmon with Obama.
Who says black men don't eat salmon?
On Labor Day weekend, sprucing up the orange room. It's got a new look, and he's got some stuff for us. Hey, Carson.
Come on in, guys. What do you think? It looks good, right?
Yeah, amazing.
It took 2 years to get a little bit of the orange out of here, but we did. We love our new digs, and we're having some fun today. Let's get into this. When social media learned the president was going to appear in a special episode of NBC's Running Wild Bear Grylls, of course, Twitter lit up with guesses of which survival tactics the president would have to try. This morning, we're excited to say we have an exclusive first look.
He felched bear cum out of Grylls' tiny.
And yes, eating something is going to be a part of it. Take a look.
Yeah, it's starving. Let's see what you got. I've seen some of the things Bear eats.
Shut up.
It's got to be something that doesn't still have its legs and eyes on it.
Oh, not that Bear chewed on, that Bear Grylls chewed on.
Obama's got that black moss in his ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Black moss.
It's
black mold.
We used to call it like a moss. Some of the older guys get that moss.
No, his name is Randy.
Do you see? Do you see how? But you see how he aged? By the way, look how much he aged. Doesn't Obama, young and old, look like those meth things they show you in school to tell you not to do meth?
Every president does. It happens to every president.
Yeah.
If you're in there for two, but he's still he's a cool motherfucker.
But he smokes. That's the thing. That really aged him over.
Is he still a smoker?
Oh yeah, he's
got to be up to 2 packs a day by now.
I'm a smoker.
He sneaks the smokes.
Yes,
I've always smoked. Yes.
Yes, he's a smoker.
I've done mine with cocaine off children strippers.
Well, Alaska is a land of bear and salmon.
Oh shit!
We haven't got bear.
Oh, look at this.
But,
look at this.
and now this is for real. I found this on the riverbank. Okay, so don't freak out too much. But this was half eaten by a bear.
Now, why wouldn't the bear finish this sucker?
Well, because
this looks like a nice.
This sucker.
Well, it has my semen all over it.
Yes.
Because I fucked it.
Yes. Have you seen the video, 2 men, 1 fish? That was me. You should.
Two broke girls, 1 cup.
You can find a salmon and make a very handy vagina for when you're alone, Mr. President.
Yes, you could take the moss and it almost looks like hair. Then you sink your rotten little British dick into it.
What are you fucking over there?
I can turn a chewed salmon into a helicopter.
Yes.
Just give it to me. I'm telling you right now, I have skill. Just don't Google me on the internet. If you give me a number 2 pencil, I can turn us all into helicopters. But I'm a cokehead.
Now imagine if Bear Grylls just started saying awful shit. Now I realize this isn't fried chicken like you people tend to. Wait, why am I talking like Liam Neeson?
Sorry, I couldn't kill a fried chicken.
I've been a bath salt addict for 40 years.
I ate a man's face in Miami.
Have I eaten homeless people's faces? Of course. We're all adults here. I've done that.
I fed squeegee men to other squeegee men.
I've had sex with dogs, of course.
Now, do you think Obama knew what this was going to be, or
I
no?
love the butt. But here's the butt. Is there a butt coming? I'm your only hope, Mom. I'm your only hope. An hour of shit. Is there a butt coming?
Please.
I gave my wife scurvy.
I personally sent Bin Laden the plans to the World Trade Center bomb.
I produced 2 girls, 1 cup.
And I played 2 of the girls.
Let's see this. Obama's going to do something outrageous.
He hasn't eaten yet.
No, my God.
Yeah.
This should have been the Colbert bonus video.
There's a lot of fish in the river. They'll leave the meat because they want that high density calorific value fat.
Okay, well, it's too close to pussy for me.
So a bear has chewed on this sucker.
Yeah. But we're gonna.
Why do they have the fucking thing right in the middle? The words.
So I think the president looked a little surprised when I pulled out this sort of bloody carcass of half-eaten salmon.
Oh, I heard a little sizzle there.
Oh, they're cooking it.
Yeah.
What is this like? What's going on? This is surreal.
That'll work just fine. It would have been nice if we had had a cracker to go with it.
Okay.
Oh, that's not appropriate.
White lives matter.
I'm a cracker.
Hey, you do have a cracker to go with it. Bear, by the way.
First of all, okay, Marin, I can see now. It's getting a little okay. Who's he not going to meet?
Too much.
They're on Family Feud next week.
Yeah, I know. The Obama family.
Versus the Bin Ladens.
Michelle.
Vladimir Putin would have just went on his own using a lone homo as bait to catch the and then caught the fish with his teeth.
A lone homo.
All right, so what? He eats this? It's cooked. It's theirs.
This is a build-up like crazy.
I don't know.
I'd rather go back to Jeb Bush's thoughts on
blowing
guns.
This is that big grandma head.
Well, that's proper Alaskan salmon for you.
Proper.
Bear's a mediocre cook, but the fact that we ate something recognizable was encouraging. Now,
this isn't presidential.
That this was a leftover fish from a bear. I don't know if that was necessary. He could have just left that out.
I love that. Bear's a mediocre cook.
Yeah, that is a weird thing for the president to be doing.
I, Carson Daly, am a mediocre zero.
Yeah, you're cutting it off at Carson's analogy.
How did he work his way up at just being a complete cipher in everything? He's always just that blank of a guy, and now he's worked his way up to the Today Show, being a blank of a guy.
Because he has a certain set of skills.
That Mario Lopez, like, I'm excited about this piece of shit, too. Here's another piece of shit, and I'm going to smile.
How much cum is Mario Lopez carved out of those dimples?
He probably has to use a melon baller to get the cum out of his dimples.
little pools of jizz. I'm sorry, he's a happily married man.
Mars. Yo, Mars.
So I called Mario Lopez gay once.
We were talking about Brazil. You said saw crazy shit down there too.
Oh, yes.
Kurt was talking about some of the crazy shit.
How you doing?
Now, you can't...
No, I've never been.
He went on vacation down in Brazil over the summer.
Like, why would you do that? I get able to fuck young chicks, maybe, man.
Well, I did it for two reasons. One, vacation, and another one for training. Specifically for training.
Training for what?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's where you got to go. They don't offer that in Vermont?
You know, it makes sense.
Can't find that in Brooklyn?
But that jiu-jitsu, I get why that came out of there, because they must just be terrible. It's like the family she stayed with had an electrified fence.
Right.
And if she didn't even stay with the family, they had to put her up in a hotel because their dog would have just devoured her.
So how was that a vacation? So I'm sorry, what happened?
So you see a lot of that. You'll see the discrepancy between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
And they're very close together. Like, you'll see a nice home, but you won't see the actual home. You'll see a fortress, like a wall.
Right.
And on top of that wall, you have electric fences.
To keep out the poor or the bugs?
To keep out the poor.
Keep out Liam Neeson.
The poor AK. Well, she went on a tour of this little patch of rainforest that this guy owns. Okay, it's a Macapa or something she was in.
Patch of rainforest, I'm sorry.
Yeah, now this guy, and she said the guy was like every 2 steps they would take, he'd obsess about like this tree. And it turns out this guy bought this with his own money to preserve it. He's constantly, people are trying to kill him because corporations, and not American ones, Brazilian ones, want to murder him and just take the land and slash and burn it.
Wow.
And this guy bought it just to preserve it, and he has to travel with a gun, because guns are illegal, but he has a permit because people are constantly trying to shoot him in the head and just take everything he has so they could just rape the land, basically.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fucking kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, let me hear it, Mars. Go ahead, Mars.
And what you see is you'll see that home with nice wall, but you won't see the actual home until you get past that wall. And then what happens is that the mountains is where the favelas are. The favelas are the ghettos, and they're very close. I mean, they're like fucking just
there.
hike.
Yeah.
So they'll come down and they'll try to get whatever they can from you.
But what about the bugs? We were talking about, like, sleeping on the jungle floor. There's stuff that could, like, make you deformed if it bites you. Like, I saw a thing about, like, Australia, like, spiders, like, in your house.
Right.
Your arm will just go away. Like, it just eats away at your skin and stuff.
Well, I didn't get to see any of that, but I believe closer to the Amazon, you'll see that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I was in Salvador and Rio.
And did you learn what you needed to learn? You trained? You know all that stuff?
I learned a lot. You got guys that basically...
Tell them about the creeps. That's why I brought you in here.
Oh, okay. That's a big one. I have encountered...
You encountered the creeps.
After Jim left Brazil, who was the...
I didn't,
no, wait a second.
Now that's a good one.
I didn't give you...
Sorry. You're burying the lead.
I had an experience with that. But when we first get to Salvador, I check in, and right away they wanted my kids' passports.
Why?
Exactly. So I had a problem with that.
That's a little weird.
So I was like, okay, they wanted copies. So I'm like, I feel a little uncomfortable with what's going on.
Who wanted it?
here.
The hotel?
The hotel.
No.
As I checked in.
What is it, Hostel? Fuck that shit.
No, it was a nice hotel.
So, no, like the movie, the horror movie, where they fax it to a rich guy who then, ritualistically kills your family.
Let me tell you, all that shit went through my mind. So I said, hey, but what's the deal with this getting a kids' passports? And they wanted their passport more than they wanted mine. What's the deal? He says, child prostitution is really big.
Oh, God, that's fun.
And I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Wait. So what do they do with the passport then?
Well, they feed it to some government agency where they know where the kids are, and if the kids come up missing, then I'm in trouble.
So it wasn't a bad... Oh, okay. So it was actually for a good reason.
Right, for a good reason.
All right. I thought they were selling like, I got a hot little number just walked in.
What hotel is this?
It's called the Parla Barra.
Oh, sure.
Sounds like a great one.
Well, no. Well, so I thought the same thing, because I'm in a small town. Perhaps this is going on here. When I went to Rio, and I went to a luxury hotel there. Man, they were on me like they wanted the kids' passports. And again, I was like, what is the deal with this? They're like child prostitution. They don't know if I'm selling the kid or if I'm taking the kid for myself.
Oh my
It's
God.
outrageous. So, with that said, I was on the beach one day and I'm swimming, and this cat wants to talk. So we start talking. It's a guy, and then I have my son, and my son's frolicking around.
How old's the son?
He's 10.
Okay.
So he's frolicking about, and I start noticing...
Story's already creepy.
What a tease you are.
I start noticing that the guy, when I would step away, he will want to involve my son into the conversation.
Ooh.
So I picked up on that.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay, I already have a bad feeling about it. So I stepped off a little more, just within, 2 arms length. And then he wants to start teaching my son how to what do you call those little boards?
Oh, right. Wakeboards.
Boogie boards or something?
Boogie boards. Do you know how to ride on a boogie board? And I hear this, and that was it. That was like I call my son
because
over.
everybody knows how to do that already. You don't need lessons.
Because I'm a boogie board. Do you know does your son know how to ride a boogie board? Because I'm a boogie board. That was right.
I didn't hear that.
Good news! Good news. He's a boogie board.
Dude, you must have lost your goddamn
Think
mind.
about how creepy that is.
No, it was.
Oh God!
Very creepy.
Wait, you called him over, so?
Yeah. So I called my son over and we got out the beach. I mean, what am I going to do? The guy's going to deny it. You know, it's just. I just.
You instinctively knew.
Yeah, instinctively. I knew this guy was a fucking creep.
Dude.
Yeah. And then
there's a lot of red flags there.
Let me tell you.
Fuck.
And real,
I think their flag is a red flag, isn't it? Their national flag. It's a scared-looking boy next to a boogie board.
A kid boogie boarding on a man. A giant red flag.
Now, in Rio, I ran out of cash, so I
learned another martial art. I learned the Malibu Jiu-Jitsu. Does New Orleans offer a Jiu-Jitsu?
Maui, anywhere else.
I learned the Maui Jiu-Jitsu, which is just eating and drinking for 5 days.
So the locals aren't trying to pick up my kids. That's fucked up.
I noticed your kid there.
That's a hell of a vacation.
All the Blues Brothers. Sell me the women and the boys.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Sell them to me. I want them.
Sounds like your vacation was exhausting.
Well, it was.
How did you get your mind stressed out?
Wait, I want to hear what you're saying. What did you say?
When I went to Rio, I ran out of money, so I had to cash. So I had to go get some cash. So that was.
Well, that's where you sell the kid.
That was.
This is my son.
What's your kid's name?
Christopher.
Bad news, Christopher.
These drinks aren't cheap.
Guess who's out of cash again?
Remember those boogie boarding lessons we got?
You do want to go snorkeling, don't you?
Guess who's going boogie boarding this weekend?
Oh my God!
So I ran out of cash. So I had to look for.
My son's name is Cash.
Oh my God.
Oh, what the hell, man?
Your wife is like, did you sell Christopher? He keeps going out with the story.
You pick shitty places to go on vacation.
That is
exactly.
So might as well go to Suarez next.
Because you want to learn jiu-jitsu, your kid's got to fucking ride a guy.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to Liam Neeson his son back if he doesn't take jiu-jitsu?
I was a human boogie board in Brazil for years. Sure, you'll read all of that.
All right, wait, what happened? You out of cash? What happened?
So I ran out of cash. So I'm looking for ATM. That was a hardship in itself, looking for a machine that gave me money from my American bank account.
But I can build an ATM.
So
from scratch.
So I get up early. It was about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Now it's.
Are you typically an early riser?
I'm up at the crack of boy every day.
You know who's always rising is the boogie board guy.
No, but that's important because
you got to get up early to fight off the pedophiles.
Yeah. You got to get to the auction so you can buy your kid back. If you don't get there early, Crystal will be in the Philippines making a boat out of bamboo.
Oh, jeez.
God.
All right, so I'm over here shopping for ATMs, right? I'm looking, and what I saw two things. There was a gathering of dudes in front of the banks, like 3 or 4 dudes.
The red flag?
Yeah. And you would think.
That's our national flag.
You would think these guys are waiting around to go to work and shit like that, but no.
That's what they're doing.
They're working all right. They're looking and they're waiting for people to come to the ATM, I guess, to follow.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was one thing.
So did you avoid a place where there was people?
Absolutely. I mean, 4 or 5 dudes. It's enough for me to go to the other one.
I guess.
I would have just asked them. I would say, first of all, I wouldn't be prejudiced. I would say, hey, fellas, do you know where I can find a safe ATM? I'm down to my last 50 grand.
Could you guys walk me back to my hotel?
Attractive young boy is with me, and I don't know what I'm going to do. No one knows I'm here. If I disappear, no one will look for me.
No, don't do that. You get in trouble doing that.
Oh.
If I give you my ATM card and the number, will you come back?
On the way there, besides the guys trying to rip you off, I noticed that a lot of looks that I got from adults were questionable looks like, are you with him or are you selling him?
Right.
Meaning my son. And you can, and that was palpable. Yes.
And by with him, you mean like you're dating him or something?
Like if I'm selling him or is he my son type of, like, I want to figure you out.
Dude, that's like you gotta act like you're in prison.
Yes.
You're like, this punk's with me. You gotta take your kid like he's your punk.
Yeah. So then the New York in me came out. It was out like constantly, and they couldn't feel. You know,
I would be afraid to put the New Yorker.
What does that mean? Like, yo, you're not gonna fuck my kid.
Basically, yes, with my body language, absolutely.
The safe, cleaner city compared to that nightmare shithole. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't stack New York against the third world ever. Like, New York. I wouldn't stack New York against Philly. Philly's scarier than New York.
That's like saying my Hartford came out.
We knew.
That's when my Crown Heights came out.
Yeah. You better believe it. You better have something like that. I mean, I wouldn't go testing the guys there. Absolutely not.
Hey, don't get my Hamptons up.
But don't get my East End up.
But they can't see who's, a little bit of more of a problem.
How did you get cash? How did you?
Well, if you're with
no, you're right about that. They do, but they're looking at everybody. That's how my girls describe. They look at you like food, and you're just like, oh, this guy, like I'm a wildebeest or a thing.
Well, you should do. I mean, the only thing to do is to let them know. Like you should say, "This is my wife, Christopher." Throw them off the trail.
Yeah, make out with him. Let him know that it's happening in Captain America.
Daddy's going to do something.
Don't watch.
It's to save our lives. I made out with my son once.
We went to Brazil. You get off the plane, and
you've done that. You've done with Patrice
3 times,
right?
yeah. And you have to get the money exchanged. So I remember when we had a guy meeting us to drive us, but when I got off, there was a guy, some shady guy, trying to give me a ride. He said, "You have to exchange money." He was at the airport. I'm
you
like,
can exchange money for Christopher.
I'm like,
can I convert this to boys? Is it true they put a lay of small boys around your neck?
Can I convert? I want to convert an American 100 into Little League ass.
Oh God, what a nightmare!
The guy tried to take me somewhere to get me my exchange. He goes, "Get you a better rate," but he was probably just going to rob me.
He thought you were a boy.
Yeah.
No. Who's this hot little kid?
This is a big deal. I mean, if you could look it up. I stayed at the Sofitel. It's a nice hotel.
Ooh, big time.
Sofitel.
Well, I get paid pretty good.
Easy, Rockefeller.
I used to work that hotel as a boy. Let me tell you, big spender.
But they have signs, and it's not just a printed sign; it's an actual plaque. That says
a plaque.
Yes, that says provide us.
You know how bad it has to be where you got to make up the plaque,
right? Provide us with the passport for children because we have problems with child prostitution.
Did they think to LoJack? You should have LoJacked your boy, like with that pet thing.
No kidding. I mean, that sounds reasonable to me.
I'm not even saying that's crazy. I would get one of those pet things and put it in my kid.
How about not taking your kid to that trip?
Why not? I didn't have any.
Why
problems.
not? You just the last.
You didn't have any problems.
The last conversation we just had for
exactly. You should let him stay with the Sandusky's.
He's like, why not?
I took care of him.
I'd rather play center on Penn State.
Sounds like you didn't sleep at all while you were down there.
No, it was. See, where I stayed at first, there was a whole bunch of us that were training, so generally the area was safe. It was 18 of us.
How long were you there for?
Completely 10 days.
When was it?
It was 3 days in Salvador and 3 days. 7 days in Salvador and 3 days in Rio.
When was this?
During the summer, in June.
But dude,
this year.
I get that. It's like, because my girl's like, I wasn't, somebody we knew, that guy Gerald from the Cellar, do you know him? Sure. He went down already and was like, yeah, it's safe and good, but, I guess getting dick thrown at you violently was probably a very fun vacation for him, but I was terrified of it, but it was like, here's an opportunity to go to Brazil, right? And you're like, when am I going to see this in my life?
Exactly.
And that's the beginning of every locked up abroad that I've ever seen, so stay the fuck out.
But every day is an opportunity not to go to Brazil. You don't have to go there.
Well, I took a Butterface
It's too
tour.
dangerous.
I would never go back.
Yeah.
You went. There's a
3 times. I would never. I just went for sex, but I would never go back.
How?
But again, I went with 18
Because
cats.
the authorities have caught on to you? Or
wow, what are you? 18 cats.
18 cats.
Wait, what are you?
Hold on, Jim heard about this thing with getting the kids' passports, and now he realizes they're onto him. Well, the jig is up.
They know about that?
And each of these guys...
How'd they find out about the passports? Call me on a secure line.
And
wait, what do you mean catch me? Like
guys, it was 18
you
of
mean
us.
like
and
jazz musicians?
Each one of us
catch.
can twist your neck. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
well, listen, hopefully.
So that was cool.
What did you learn down there? Did you learn anything good?
Yeah.
He learned jiu-jitsu.
Well, you didn't learn to take a friend to the ATM with her. Just by himself, I fucking tripped on that one.
You don't like that you put your son in a dress when you go to the ATM?
No, they like them in boys' clothes.
Oh, they do. Oh, I'm sorry to ruin that.
God.
I think I ruined that.
Just ruined my heart on it.
When I thought of those fucking horrific, uncut Portuguese dicks lurking in the jungle for my girlfriend.
You could not come all over yourself.
Oh, I mean, a lot.
Why did your girlfriend go again? Just a vacation?
He just gave that away.
She was ESL. we were
she Googled uncut Portuguese dick.
Yeah.
Look, we were broke and she had to make some money for the family.
No ticky, no laundry.
She taught this family English. She was an ESL teacher, and they're like a nice family. I guess they're not rich, but down there they are because everyone's so poor.
Right.
But I guess maybe they might just be middle class, but it's just the cost of living and all that. But also the thing is, just besides the people that are crazy like that, just the primitive ideas, just the nice people have, because they're all heavy Catholics. So the ideas they have about
clearly they're fucking boys.
Dude, the ideas they have about gays and UFO, they all believe UFOs. You know that? They all believe in that.
Anything spiritual.
Anything like that. It's like you're talking to people from like 800 years ago.
Right.
And so like that's where like a boy, that's why the Catholic Church has all that shit. Like a boy fucker can do real well, you know, dressing up like UFO monsters and such.
Did you see the UFO stuff down there, Morris?
Artie, I had two options for them. I have a little girl as well. They never looked at the little girl.
Really? Well, at least you gave him that option.
I did.
Hey, what is my daughter over here? Half-eaten bear salmon? Well, come on.
As I see it, you people have several options. You can judge me for raping a kid once, or you can save your life.
He was in the movie Given. I don't know who you are, but I'm willing to deal with you in a reasonable price.
Back to your UFO question, I didn't encounter anything like that, but you can stop them in the tracks when you deal with anything spiritual. Like you'll say, like anything with voodoo. Oh, they fucking bug out. Ooh, they don't want to touch it.
Just tell them you're a wizard, and that's how you survive down there.
Sure, I'll sell you your kid.
No, remember
is
David?
That
God? You should have had your kid walk around with a wizard hat.
Did you meet my kid, God?
Do you remember David Blaine?
Give him the Harry Potter
when
glasses.
He would go. David Blaine would go to all these he'd go to Haiti, or like he goes, "I love the Haitian people." He goes, yeah, of course you do. They think you're a fucking wizard. Of course you love them. They think you're magic.
I'm God. Prove it. Pick a card.
That's from the devil. That's nothing but the devil, yo.
Is that your card? Yes.
All right, Mars. Jesus.
God, thank you.
Sounds like a hell of a vacation.
He's the best storyteller ever. He just keeps going. He ramps right ahead.
Amazing.
Good job.
I think we're done, too.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
This was a lot of fun.
that was fun, man.
Kurt Metzger is going to come back later today with Sherrod Small to do Race Wars on this channel at 9 o'clock. I know that.
Yes,
and
sir.
you got Caroline's tomorrow and Friday. That's going to be great.
7:30 on Thursday and 7:30 and 9:30 on Friday, and it's all new. It's not anything from my other hour.
Great. And then Artie Lange's there Saturday for two shows.
2 shows Saturday, yeah.
Artie, always a pleasure.
Yeah,
you know
it's
that.
fun. Thank you, man.
Artie Quitter on Twitter, artiequitter.com, artiequitter.com for the
Artie's
podcast.
on Race Wars once a month now, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. I had a great time doing that.
Biden is 72 for the people that were wondering.
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
all. I guess if you say, but that is, he seems, if you say just one time, it doesn't seem like you're into
73
it.
before he gets elected, if he does, and
it'd
then
be 12
77 by the time he's done with his
12
first
years.
term.
Wow. 8 years, yeah. So
Wow.
81.
Jimmy, you got anything?
Yeah, it's, I'm in Caroline's next weekend, and then Minneapolis the following week. And my show, my pilot is taping next Tuesday here on 34th Street. I think it's Norton Audience is the name of the email. Let me give you the email for tickets. Hold on, sorry.
And don't forget the advice show today. Jimmy's doing more radio today as well. So
Norton Audience, I think you can write. The tickets might even be all gone.
Great.
There's 2 shows next Tuesday.
They got to be gone by now.
I haven't checked with the woman.
All right.
So
That's his
NortonAudience@gmail.com.
Huh?
They said ISIS leader's former slave speaks, and they showed that girl. Is that
Jesus, that's the scariest thing.
a nice white girl?
Yeah. She looks cute, too. What a shame. They're looking at that chick in a burqa.
I know.
Look at that.
Gorgeous ninja.
Wow. Look at those eyes.
Like, that's on the same planet as us. They do that. It's crazy. You know, it doesn't even make
She looks like she guards the Emperor in Return of the Jedi.
This Puerto Rican kid I went to high school with, his kid's name is Isis. He named his daughter Isis.
Really?
She's in the 7th grade now. She's catching so much shit.
Probably catching a whole bunch of flack.
Oh, because it was just an Egyptian thing when he did it.
Yeah.
That was like my buddy growing up, Al. Kata.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Who knew ignorant nigga was a bad thing?
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
so
Artie.
much.
Thank you, Kurt. All right.
Back uptown.